You know what? Screw it. I don't care. I don't fucking care. It's to say whatever it wants to say. I know what I'm playing. I'm back. Boys. Fuck it. You want to be mean to me today, Twitch? You don't know the wrath that I can give you. I can bestow upon you so much wrath. Fuck off. I'm done. I don't know. Alright, so let's say here. See what people are saying. H-Heart, you said something. You're like, it's about Hearthstone. I had trouble with the part of friending people, and I tried to research it on YouTube, and nobody talks about it much. Can you tell me about it? You have to friend people, I think, from your Battle.net account. You don't friend them directly in Hearthstone, I don't think. Dang it. I'm sad. It's so sad. I hate everything. I just want to play video games, guys. I just want to play it correctly, and people gotta be... freaking games gotta be mean to me. We're gonna jump in on the dark people, what they're doing. What the hell are you guys doing in here?
They wanted to play Monster Hunter, so I'm here.
Motherfuckers, this isn't the Monster Hunter channel.
Do people see us in here?
Yeah, they do.
Do they?
Okay. Sucks to be them.
Yeah.
It's like, is it just me or is everybody in the DARP chat right now?
Yeah, here we are.
All right,
Yeah,
well,
here we are.
sucks to suck. All of you guys help me with the stream then.
Alright.
I mean, we're playing. All right.
All right, cool. All right, so we're gonna be playing some Magi trials today, guys.
Yay, the game I bought you.
Even though the thing says we're fucking playing Hearthstone.
I
Oh,
don't
man,
think
we're
so.
doing another warrior run?
Oh lord.
It says that I'm playing Hearthstone, guys, but I'm not playing Hearthstone.
Weird.
It won't let me change it. How are you? Did you guys find any monsters of value for your Galliant and sexy summoner?
Oh,
I mean, we can't actually keep anything. It's just a beta.
Can't actually keep anything, it's just a beta.
See, we found one. Just Anthony couldn't finish it. Finish.
Oh,
the
fuck
monster.
off! You were on its back for 98% of the fight. It still
You're
walked
right.
away
I
like
was
it
constantly
didn't know you were there.
Maybe
I
you
kept-
should have done something while I actually did so.
I shattered its fucking skull. Thank you.
Did that kill it?
No, but I'm not the one doing all the stabbing on its back.
All right, guys. So I think I made a humongous mistake, and I'm just gonna leave. So, that was what they're doing, guys. If you were wondering, they're playing some niso Monster Hunters. So there we go. So what is Magi Trials? Okay. So this game is a sequel, quote unquote, to the high school romance game that we played a couple weeks back. It's a visual novel. And the last visual novel, it was all about, like, you know, fitting in at an all-girls school. This one, we don't know. I'm about to find out. You know, as a summoner who is very vocal about how he went through 70 years of Summoners College, I have also wondered how the other side did things. I want to know how the Magi school or the Magi school did their thing. So we're gonna go and find out about that. I think that's probably simple enough. It's simple enough reason to keep going with this, as you guys think. So here we go. Gonna play some Magi trials or Magi trials, whatever you guys want to know, whatever you guys want to say, and we're gonna start things up right now. I was clicking on the thing on the OBS again and not on the actual game. It's a great start. Here we go. By hoof and claw and tooth of minx, with heart of griffin and mind of sphinx, the tower falls, the clock it chimes. Bury the past, let power be mine. Let this power be mine. Let this... Each motion of my hand draws the light through the air, magic surging forward from my core. It seeps through my arms, tingles in the tips of my fingers, and bleeds outward. Is it ellipses? It wells within me like a shadow, dark and static, as it lifts each hair along my arms and the back of my neck. The pages beneath my hand flutter and send plumes of dust into the growing light. The tower falls, the clock it chimes, beware my edgy rhymes. Yes. Arcane energy rises in me, an entity of its own, something hungry and wild howling through my being. A wind that shakes my very bones. See, this is where Magi's and mages and stuff, they just need to chill, you know? Like, a summoner would not make this mistake. A summoner would not make this mistake. Just letting you guys know. He's made a big mistake. I've never felt anything like it. It's working. It's actually working. But then, the beast rages against me, against my control, as the light begins to dance. I'm not doing this. The light's blinding, vivid. It's too strong. I can't control it! My hands shake. My last thread of resistance or restraint begins to snap as it tears through me. It's too strong! Ah! And that's the game, guys. All right. We watched a foolish young mage attempt to control a power beyond his comprehension, and thus he exploded into light. See, that wouldn't happen at Summoner's College. That would not have even tried to happen at Summoner's College. Just saying. Miss? Miss, are you all right? A persistent tapping nudges my shoulder. What?
Get up, please! Oh God, what are you even doing on the ground there? You aren't allowed to sleep in here. More to the point, you really aren't allowed to be in here at all, unless you have the right permission.
Okay, let's turn up the I need some options. Save right here. Let's quit the main menu real quick. We need some options here because that is going way too slow. Text speed, go up a bit. Thank you. There's other options? Sound and music volume. Okay. What's this one? Skipping. All right, cool. Main menu. Load.
You have to do with permission.
Little did we know the game is literally just 20 minutes of text, leading the main character ending up in the body of a blue-haired, effeminate boy, and we see a title card for the old game. Haha, yeah. Four Tails Kuruma Frisk. Hey, what's going on, man? Or Kurama, my bad.
These are private grounds.
My head is killing me. Have I been drinking? Where am I? And who the hell is this old guy?
Don't forget your things.
He saddles me with a bag across my shoulder, like I'm a pack mule.
Come along now.
My feet move, one in front of the other, even as my eyes drift. Okay, I might be hungover. Try not to look hungover.
My, you're a heavy sleeper, aren't you? I have to say, I feel a little guilty waking you, but better I find you than someone else. They might not be so lenient.
Lenient?
For now, this is our little secret. No need to get the god involved if you ask me.
punctuates his good-natured laugh with a friendly pat on the shoulder. Blinding light spills into my eyes as he opens a door with a creak and a shudder of magic.
Have a good day, child. Find better places to sleep.
Aw, damn. It's like the sun is pissing in my eye. What the fuck? I squint at him as he shuffles off back inside the building. Huh? Weird. I guess he was a mage. Mage. My trial! Oh god, I'm probably late! Did the spell work? 1,000 thoughts break through my mind at once. The word mage and a single flake of snow that sets off an avalanche in my head. Above the city stands the Academy, a proud building, ornate and ancient. Of the firm pillars of the capital city, a proving ground for those who would pursue a magical career. See, this is another thing that would never happen in Summoners College. Don't make your academy in the middle of a freaking city. What's wrong with you? What is wrong with you making your city in the middle, making your freaking academy? You can't even just call it college. You have to go academy. You can't even put your college in a freaking city. What's wrong with you? Bluey called you Miss. Did you never? No, I don't know what you're talking about. Because you can't have the character fully alert when they wake up, you need them to be disoriented and groggy, else they'll instantly realize their body doesn't exactly feel right. What do you mean, Finn? Everything's fine. The sun is pissing in your eyes, aka a hot boiling stream of gas pouring out of your skull. There you go. The career I want. I push myself in that direction, my legs feeling weak. I have to get there. I can't miss this. I can't. I run through the early morning streets, dodging people along the way. None of this would have happened, or would have been necessary if they just accepted me when I showed up. 3 days I waited around for that trial, an actual trial with a real mage or Magi or Magi or whatever we call it. I thought just proving I could harness magic would guarantee me a place, just to learn, but... College is for 18 and up, that wouldn't happen with me. That wasn't what happened with me. I went to college as soon as I could get there. As soon as I could get there, I went to Summoners College, Guido. Ugh, this is all so stupid. Doubt nags at the back of my mind. Of course, they wouldn't accept just anyone. It's the most prestigious magic school in the kingdom. And if they thought I was good enough by my own merit, would I have just done what I did last night? Would I have broken into the Sorcerer's archives just to try and make myself stronger? It's not cheating. It's just being determined. Fuck you. What if I didn't pass? What if they sent me home as a failure? I couldn't risk that. I couldn't. My feet pound against the cobblestone, the building growing impossibly larger the closer I get. Please don't let me be late. On top of everything else that's happened, barrier after barrier, I feel the magic sliding over my skin as I run past. The last barrier between me and my entrance exam, the large doors stand closed and unmanned. These were open the last time I was here. I pull on the thick handle, but the door holds resolutely, its weight shuddering against my best attempts. You could always just go home if you fail. That's true, dude. Let me in! The knocker is heavy as I rap against the wood. Let me in, I had the light. I want to come in and get in my sight. Man, my rhymes are so lit today. I blink a few times before I notice it, letters appearing before my very eyes. The words appear to etch themselves into the door itself. You have business here. Enter. Of course it was just magic. Of course I knew that. Of course, I definitely knew that. Yeah. I gave a confident tug at the door, which stays stuck and nearly rips my arm off with it. Are you kidding me? I'd love to enter, jerk off. Let me in! I slam my palm against the wood. Or try to. Instead I go stumbling into thin air, falling over my own feet with the grace of a hobbled cow. I fall straight through the door. And slide right onto my face against the rug, and it feels like it was made from boar hair. Ah! 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 Ow! That burns! My face is on fire. My face is literally on fire. I massage my cheeks. Even the tears stinging my eyes would be a relief. Wait a second. I scramble to my feet, realizing exactly where I am. Any important sorcerers around? Mages? No. The foyer is vast and empty, the school's massive structure shrouded in a heavy silence. Only the hum of magic buzzes on the edge of my awareness. Phew. Good, no one saw that. I clear my throat, seeming to have lost my voice, probably from being so groggy. Actually, it's a perfectly good explanation for all this. I should be sharper than this. How am I going to pass the entrance exam and become an initiate if I can't even open a damn door? I try to gather my wits. My eyes are drawn to a large clock on the wall. Good, I still have a little time. I pick up the bag I dropped and toss it over my shoulder again. I need to find somewhere to change. I can't show up in my night clothes. Wandering down a hallway, I try to keep my sense of direction. The building isn't just large, but convoluted in design, built to twist my senses around for those who aren't equipped to navigate it. I heard enough stories of this place to know. Let's not think about my odds of finding a bathroom in this place. I'd use a closet or something if I could tell which of these doors were closets. Please. And then, miracle of miracles, I see a standard open entryway of a bathroom. A generic male symbol by the door. Hell yeah. Where's the... this isn't a male bathroom. Where's the urinals? Another boy leaves, giving me a long stare as I pass him. The fuck? I nod to him as pleasantly as I can manage. Ugh. That's my nod. Ugh. I bet I have carpet burn on my freaking face. And I shouldn't be running around here in my night clothes. This is kind of the impression I'm going to give my peers. I toss my bag onto the counter and glance up to the mirror. Ah! My hand clamps over my own mouth, muffling the horrible high-pitched sound that comes out of it. What? My own shocked face stares back at me, but it's not mine. I touch my cheek, watching as a more feminine hand raises to touch my face. I stare down at my palms, my chest, my thighs. But how? Either I just now developed self-awareness after 17 years of being alive, or something is really, really wrong. Maybe it's the mirror. A prank. I glance down at my own chest again. My chest now the opposite of flat, and ruining my brief moment of insane hope. But why is this happening? Why? The spell. The realization hits me like a brick. My new knees threaten to sway right from under me. Actually, it's been like a year since I last played this. I don't actually remember the protagonist's examination when it takes place. Guessing I'd have to remember it. Okay, good. Oh no! I knew it. I lost control of it. But I just thought it didn't work. I didn't realize. How did I not realize? My boobs! Still gaping at my own reflection, I pat myself down in shock. It feels so real. My unhelpful mind informs me that it is real. Stealing a furtive glance around, I cup my chest and give them a little bounce for science! For science! Whoa. No, don't get distracted. I have to fix this. I screw up my face in determination. I'm completely underwhelmed when nothing comes to mind. My trial. That's all I can think about. Okay, not all, but it's ranking pretty high at the moment. If I don't show up, there's no way I get admitted into the academy. I stare into my face, set on a body just unfamiliar enough to be uncanny. The trial has to come before anything, even this. But they're expecting Sean to show up, not a Sophie. Okay, I can fix this. Less panic, more action. I wrangle my new body into my clothes, after doing a little inspection of things I'm not used to. Giggity. Oh, that doesn't feel right. Whatever, ignore it. It'll have to do. This doesn't look convincing at all. I pull out the string that closes the waistband of my night clothes and tie my hair up with it. I can pull this off, right? Just act like this is how long you like to keep your hair. And who can blame a guy for having a tiny waist? Maybe I'm a vegetarian or something. They don't know. In fact, they'd be rude to ask. My mouth twitches into a frown. my poorly constructed confidence crumbling easily. Oh man, I remember the young days I was in Summoners College, man, turning people into their different genders and shit like that. Man, I'm sure it happens a lot more in Magi school, but it's fun. This is what you get for trying to cheat. Oh, whatever, I've got to go. Nervousness claws at my stomach as I make my way back to the main foyer. As if things weren't hard enough already. I try to think past the fog of confusion closing up in my mind, completely thrown off balance by all this. The trial is meant to take place in an arena within the school, an actual arena. My pulse picks up faster beat than at the thought. But of course it's happening in an arena. Where else would it happen? A back alley? Mocking my nerves doesn't do anything to actually quiet them. Now, where did they say it was again? I follow the instructions that have been given to me, moving through the quiet hallways toward the arena, ignoring the pulse in my throat. Magi Trials Stream 1, aka Blue Reminiscence about Summoners College. Dude, I got stories, that's all I'm saying. The room is empty and dark. Am I in the right place? I step inside, staring across the expanse of the stadium. The darkness is still unnaturally bright for how few torches line the walls. Where my sight should fall and fade into darkness, I can see clear across the room. I wonder if this is where...
Sean!
I spin around on my heel. The figure of a woman darkens the doorway, silhouetted by the halo of light on her back. Shit. There we go. She steps closer, long and confident strides bringing her into view. She looks just like the teacher from High School Romance. She looks just like the teacher for High School Romance. Do you have any stories about yourself being gender bent? That's clearly what you can do in some semi-girly voice as well. I mean, Mania, those stories will come later. Striding into view. As corporal mortal, I don't even remember what my original body looked like. I've been body hopping as long as I can remember, though I do tend to find myself gravitating towards males of 20. Sven, you know you're an owl. I catch myself staring before I remember to bow. Who is she? I almost forget my manners, hastily coming up with something to say. Thank you for meeting me. The words come out as a mumble as I try to keep my voice deep and pray that she doesn't ask me too many questions. She returns the bow. I am Magi Megan Shira, a representative and teacher at the Academy. I will be the one conducting your trial of initiation. A bead of sweat rolls down my neck. I try to look as if I know exactly what that is, as if I prepared for it my whole life. I totally know what this is. What are you talking about? And didn't just take some magic lessons from a crazy old mage who wandered through town and smelled a little like mold. The trial is a trial by combat. I will warn you not to underestimate me. Simply because I am a woman, you wouldn't be the first to make that mistake. Do I not look nervous enough for her liking? Does she want me to pee my pants too? Your objective isn't to defeat me. What sort of Maggie would I be if I could let that happen? She smiles, the first human-like expression she's made since walking into the room, but her voice remains stiff. It's like she's speaking out of a manual. Then I realize how many times she's probably given these same instructions. But you will be expected to defend yourself. Though not your objective, you are allowed to attack. Any hits you can manage to land against me will be taken into consideration in your favor. I won't hold it against you, if anything. I'd be very impressed. Do you have any questions? My thoughts are blank, empty. Even if I had questions, I wouldn't know what they were. I shake my head. Very well then. Shall we begin? The Maggie steps further into the room. It's easier to say Maggie for some reason. She moves delicately, each measured step taking her into a semicircle around me. She's predating. I'm like her prey. I summon my will and my power into my hands, feeling the hot energy crackle between my fingertips. Simple defensive stuff, that's all I have to do. She stares me down, her face remarkably impassive, yet intent gleams in her eyes. I dig my heels into the ground, preparing myself for what's to come. Oh, fuck! So this is the thumbnail that I chose. Yeah, okay, cool. The lightning quick motions of her hand summon a blast of power with remarkable speed. Okay. Let's just be honest. This guy, like, barely knows magic, right? I say you should dodge. That's what I say. What do you guys think? Dodge or defend? What do you guys think? I'm thinking dodge myself. We got a first choice, boys! Diet Pepsi's pretty good. Buddy, what you doing jumping up on my lap for? You know there's something there. I think dodging is a good idea. And nobody else seems to have any other things to say here. Save? I guess I should save. Can I save? Yeah, I can save. Save. Yeah. Cool. Never block when you can run instead. Exactly, that's what I'm thinking. Dodge says my choice would clearly be biased. I think I'm gonna dodge. We're gonna dodge. My instincts pull me away from the blast, knowing I don't have any time at all to summon a counterspell. The beam of ethereal magic barely glides past me, the aftershock ruffling my clothes and hair, but I stay on my feet. Magi Shira smirks. Rather good. Most new initiates believe they have to only prove their magical prowess. They don't consider that physical skills are just as practical to a Magi's survival. So I'm actually doing alright? Of course, so are observational skills, and not getting distracted by your opponent's monologue. A bristle of magic at my back makes me gasp as a shadow separates itself from the wall and breathes down my neck. Attack the shadow, attack Magi Shira. Oh, damn. Let's see here. I think we should attack her. I'm gonna save every time we get a choice. I think we should attack her. Like I say we should go after her. What do you guys think? Because any hits we get on her, she's going to count for like good for our test. Not to mention, again, like what you said, Guido, she's the one casting the spell. I think we should go for Magi Shira. She expects us to defend ourselves against the shadow. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Use fist on wizard face. Attack Magi Shira. I attack the puppeteer, not the puppet. Oh, hi. He was, hi. Damn. Where you been all my life? Why ain't you been in Summoner's College, girl? I coulda. My hands weave together a spell, admittedly not very powerful one, but quick. Once the light flickers and crackles within my control, I launch it towards Shira. The tendrils of magic at my back recede as she quickly raises a defense against it. The flame I threw at her simply flows into her hand like a toy. She laughs. Not such a bad strategy. But let's see some actual defensive spells. Huh? She makes no pretense now, the fire dancing in her fingers swirling to a ball that grows larger and larger. That's how am I supposed to defend from that? My fingers fly together, muttering under my breath as I try to pull together a barrier. A thin shield glistens in front of me, catching the light of Shira's power and reflecting it through the room. It won't hold. I know it won't. I know I can do better than this. But I expend the last of my magic into the barrier, bracing for the moment her spell strikes. My eyes burn as she unleashes it. Oh shit. Oh no, Blue wants to fuck the Maggie. Ow. Oh damn. Hey girl, how you doing? So that didn't work. My head throbs lamely. A gentle hand touches my shoulders, rousing me up from my crumpled state on the hard ground. Oh, achievement unlocked, your secret revealed. Okay. Maybe I was a little overzealous. I open my eyes, my chin is tilted toward my chest, giving me a clear view of my ripped outer jacket and shirt, revealing far too much. Oh no! I can't believe Sean is fucking dead. I jolt awake, my hands scrambling to cover myself up.
Are you alright?
I'm fine.
That's a relief. For a moment I thought I may have seriously injured you. Here.
With kinder motions than I would have expected from her, she guides me up into a sitting position.
I'm glad you're unharmed. My only question remains is, who are you?
What?
I was told I would be testing a young man named Sean, who wished to become an initiate here. So, who are you?
I am Sean! She peers at me closely, some of that strict authoritarian gleam entering her eyes again.
I will give you one chance to recant that.
But it's true, I
have to tell her. She's not going to believe me otherwise. If I haven't already ruined my chances, that certainly will. I take a steadying breath. I really am Sean, Magi Shira. But this isn't how I usually look. I was, trying to utilize a spell when it must have backfired and...
I gesture helplessly at myself.
Yeah. Eloquent.
Her eyes never lose their investigative gleam, picking over me until I'm starting to get red in the face.
And when did you conduct this spell?
Last night. A thin eyebrow arches in my direction, spreading skepticism over her face.
And what was the intention of this spell?
Puppies. Puppies.
Puppies. She already knows, doesn't she? She already fucking knows, doesn't she? At this point, I think I might be on the verge of getting arrested rather than admitted. I had... My voice diminishes in my throat. Sound extra pathetic with its new pitch. I first learned magic from a traveling mage, ma'am. He said I'd show promise. He said I could pursue that here. I thought there was no way I'd match up to city mages who had grown up around this sort of magic, who had learned it all their lives. So I tried to magnify my own power with the help of books. And what books would have shown you this?
A terse sigh leaves her lips, which have pursed into a thinner and thinner line throughout my explanation.
It doesn't matter. However you laid eyes on such a spell is irrelevant. It's just as illegal that you performed it. What the fuck, bitch?
Illegal?
Yes, only those who have passed the trial of sorcery may practice such a spell. Even I couldn't do so legally, much less one who has never gained entrance to the academy. That magic is meant for sorcerers, only the most elite of magic users.
Dude, fuck you. I would have done all the magic before getting into Summoner's College. If I would have went to a magic college, you better fucking believe I've been practicing. My teachers at the Summoner's College were happy that I was well versed. Thank you.
Do you understand what that means? That I'm going to prison?
To my surprise, her eyes soften, and if I'm not mistaken, she almost laughs.
Though unconventional, that seems a bit extreme, I would think. It means that only 5 people alive at this very moment may legally perform that spell. Why do you think that's so? Because people running around accidentally changing genders all the time would get confusing?
She opens her mouth and closes it again, blinking at me. I wish I could learn that skill. I just had closed my damn mouth for once. It's not my fault. I blabber when I'm nervous.
Well, I suppose you're right. But it's also because that spell is dangerous. You must indeed be talented if you survived it at all. Most would not. Though you're still foolish in the ways of magic, if you thought consulting such a spell the eve before the trial was wise. You not only had this unfortunate side effect, but you must have surely exhausted yourself. Controlling that amount of magic and preventing it from tearing you apart, despite lack of formal training.
She shakes her head, and though she isn't a woman who looks easily bewildered, I tend to have that effect on people.
It is impressive. Stupid. Very, very stupid, but impressive.
Oh. Didn't think I was doing anything particularly risky at the... Sorry, guys. Holy crap. Must have been the effects of the swapping potion. I was a little bit gassy. I'm sorry, guys. I didn't think I was doing anything particularly risky at the time. If anything, I thought it was kind of clever. How embarrassing. I nearly got myself killed before I even made it to my trial. Here. She pulls me to my feet. I'll keep your secret. Ambition is a prerequisite for the path that you've chosen. Or prerequisite for the path you've chosen. I'm sure you know that. I can't fault you for having it. But you did not pass the test, as I'm sure you realized. My jaw twitches at the observation, fighting down the urge to plead and beg. Defending yourself is a fundamental part of practicing magic, even as an initiate in the academy. It's not a light study or a hobby. It's a practice that will take your life if you're not prepared. Though we do what we can, there will always be those who are wounded or even killed in the Magi Wars. The Academy's test for graduation. She nods. Those who pass become Magi, and the strongest and most ambitious may take the trial of sorcerers. Is that something you had your sights on? I nod reluctantly, now that the dream has already been snatched from my grasp. We've lost many brilliant students to that trial. No one has survived it in 18 years. It's claimed each one. Well, maybe you need a different trial. She scoffs but nods. It does seem a reasonable solution, doesn't it? But the sorcerer's trial is a test of ability that a sorcerer must be able to call upon at any moment. 5 live now, guarding the borders of our kingdom. We only have peace because they do. We only have peace because they do not. What? They must be the best of the best. We cannot afford anything less. It's not a test. We must put just anyone through. We must have hope that they can truly pass it. And I don't even have and I didn't even make the cut to be an initiate, much less a sorcerer. She hesitates for a moment, and then a gesture that takes me by surprise. She rests a hand on my shoulder. It's not a great comfort, but I see a brief flicker of sympathy in her eyes. I have to keep myself composed. I can't lose in front of her. Hold it together, Sean. It was a stupid test anyway. I clear my throat as best I can, swallowing down the bitter disappointment of the childhood dreams along with it. I guess I'm now officially a drama queen after all. Speaking of, what about... I make a vague gesture to the self that's not myself. That is a far more complex problem. Magi, 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 Magi. It's a word nobody can agree on how to pronounce. See, before I watched Maggie, they call it, I always called it Magi. And now I have to go between the different ones. It sucks. Because I think Magi sounds a lot more like epic. And also Magi is kind of like magic, you know? Magi, magic. But people also like confront that with magician, so Maggie. It's like, but it's still Magi. It's still Magi for magician. I think it's Magi, but everybody says Maggie, so you know, whatever. We may yet find a solution for it, but any immediate counterspells would likely be reserved for sorcerers. It will take an equally strong magic to reverse the damage outright. My stomach sinks. How did this day fall apart so quickly? I broke the law. Turn myself into a girl, and the worst part of it is I didn't even pass the exam. And the prom's tomorrow! That was the reason for all of it. And if this was the price I had to pay to get it, we even would have paid it. Feeling an embarrassing well of emotion starting to rise up in me, I bow hastily. I have to get out of here before I make it even worse. I see. Thank you for seeing me, Magi Shira. I feel her eyes on my back as I leave, grabbing my bag from beside the door on my way out. I can't believe this. I really didn't make it. How do I even go back home? What do I even go home to? My whole life has revolved around this. Not to mention, last time I was there, I wasn't a girl. I'm so preoccupied with my failure. That little problem keeps slipping my mind. Most people would probably be concerned with that first and foremost, but this was everything to me. I'm just gonna stay in his voice now. because and his voice now.
Miss, stop. Miss?
I look around for a moment. Oh, right, he's talking to me. Who is this? Sir?
Are you the young lady who just had a trial with Magi Shira?
Is he asking me or just making a bored observation? Yes. Does he know what I did? Did she lie and turn me in already? But then why is he acting like I'm a girl? He sighs so bitterly I can't help but wonder what I did to him.
She has requested that you wait. Stay here and don't touch anything.
With that, he turns to leave again. Who was that? Not sure what's going on, I pace aimlessly in the hallway. Maybe Shira thought of a way that she can help me with my little predicament. At least I can get something out of this failure, maybe. I glance down at my chest. Though I was kind of hoping to take these for a spin. Oh, damn! I was kind of hoping to take these babies for a spin, you know what I'm talking about, boy, you know. Footsteps snap me out of my thoughts. After considering your case, I consulted with Master Mage Araman about the possibility of taking on an apprentice. An apprentice? You did not pass the entry requirements, but given the circumstances, I believe that could be changed with practice. It's not uncommon for a Magi to take on apprentices, to hone their skills and ready them for the entrance exam here. Particularly you.
Particularly you.
Is this the Master Mage? The man gives me a dark look. I think the light in the room changes. No, this is Mage Warren, a fellow teacher of mine.
And a far more practical one. Shira is too fond of taking in strays who have no chance.
No chance? He doesn't know anything about it. Fuck you. Flip him off. Shira cuts me off before I can get to properly prematurely expel from the academy I haven't even gotten into yet. And Mage Warren is too fond of immersing himself in conversations that have nothing to do with him. Shouldn't you be off failing your students somewhere? They both seem so strict, even with each other. Are all the teachers like that here? Despite being of equal rank, Mage Warren merely bristles at the remark. His scrutinizing stare eyes me down again before he sweeps off to the darkness of the academy. I apologize for that. Mage Warren does not take on as many students as I do, and clearly has some opinions. And he fails most of them? I would say roughly half of his students may expect to pass. But his record is far better than mine. Doubt pulls in the pit of my stomach. As you can see, Warren does not believe very much in chances. I, however, do. But not everyone will aspire to earning that chance. Very few are cut out for this school. Many students I take on are, like yourself, disadvantaged from the start. Warren is a more comfortable teaching magically gifted children from well-off families who may have personal tutors by the time they're 5. And even then, his passing rate's only 50-50? She nods grimly. For their safety, yes, we refuse to foster delusions of grandeur here. You're getting a late start, but you're far from the first, and given what we know, I believe you have great promise. I'm not saying this to be sentimental. It is merely a matter of fact. She keeps trying to emphasize how dangerous this is, how impossible. That only makes me want it all the more. Every assertion that I can't do it only sparks the flame, insisting that I can, that I have to. I accept. I practically blurt the words, but they clearly don't come out as a surprise. Shira only nods. I thought that might be the case. As for your current condition, that should remain between us, I think, to avoid any trouble. Present yourself as a girl while in the school. Master Mage Araman believes your name is Sophie. It is the only way for the foreseeable future. But how do I... Figure it out. That's your name from now on. Understand, Sophie? Well? Yes, I understand. Good. I cannot always be there to hold your hand through this. Magic I can instruct you in, but your social life is your own to deal with. I close my gaping mouth and nod. I don't want to give her any reason to second-guess her decision to mentor me. But Sophie? That's my name now? It doesn't seem real. So caught up in my thoughts, I don't realize Magi Shira is leaving without me. Apprentices aren't allowed in the main area of the academy. Are you coming? Yes! I scramble to catch up with her. I will show you the apprentice wing. You will wear a female school uniform for now, which will be in your room. I'm glad she's walking at a brisk pace ahead of me, her heels clacking on the floor. She doesn't see all the blood rapidly leaving my face. Funny, hee hee. This is the apprentice library. Everything here contains basic spells and rituals to make up the foundation of magic. There are spells that are safe for you to use and practice, with good sense, of course. She gives me a knowing look that makes me shrink a little further into my coat. Oh yeah, no, okay, I won't do the other one that I was doing. Yeah, okay. If there's a spell to become an insignificant speck of guilt, I could have probably cast it perfectly. This way. This is what amounts to a classroom for apprentices. Naturally, there'll be more emphasis on practical learning rather than sitting at a desk all day. I'll mentor you and Charlie here. Charlie? Who's he? She is my other apprentice at the moment. She? Great, I'm a guy with a girl's name and she's a girl with a guy's name. This isn't going to get confusing at all. You will both get a second attempt at the test, but that's all. Make good use of your time here. Yes, ma'am. And what is your name again? Sophie. I wince, stupid force of habit. Learn that. Drill it into your head. Otherwise, you'll compromise us both. Don't make me regret giving you this chance, Sophie. Being threatened with someone else's name really loses its emphasis, but I nod anyway. Fucking Sophie, she's getting yelled at. Oh, that's me. Being threatened with an expulsion packs enough of a punch just on its own. These are the apprentice dorms. Get changed now before anyone sees you wearing those clothes. Oh, I guess these are kind of boyish clothes, aren't they? Uniforms will be in the wardrobe. I trust you can size it yourself. Ma'am, if you don't mind, could you help me? I mean, I think I need some help, guys. What do you think? I think I need help. Like, that's just me. I think I might need some help. What do you guys think? You got this? I guess I could do it. I mean, I guess I could do it. Finn's saying I got this. I mean, actually, if I'm by myself, though, I think I can manage. I think I can manage. I've been performing that kind of magic since I was young. It's pretty much required for when you live outside the city. Yes, I thought that might be the case. I'll leave you the change then. I'll be outside the door. The door closes and leaves me in silence. I look at the wardrobe, but instead sink down into bed. My head is still spinning. My hopes and dreams are having vertigo. Rubbing the palms against my temples, I take another glance down at myself. It's still a surprising view. Damn, would this be a nice body if it was on someone else? But it's on me, or I'm in it, or whatever. From the looks of things, I'm just going to have to get used to that. But I have a chance, a real honest chance to make it in the academy. Hope swells in my unnaturally large and surprisingly heavy chest. I glance around the room, which is furnished simply, but so official looking. It might not be the official initiate dorms, but it's the closest I've ever been. I lay back and sigh happily. I actually made it this far. I have someone on my side, someone who believes in me. For everything that's gone wrong today, a lot has gone right. And that person who believes in me is currently waiting on me. Ah, damn it. I peel myself up and strip off my clothes, all in the same motion. Okay, don't look. Don't look. Don't look. I looked. Ah, jeez. My skin has never been this smooth. And look at the size of these. Sophie, is everything all right in there? Yes, everything's fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. 1 minute. Okay, focus. These are technically yours. Don't get too fascinated. I pull out the standard uniform and keep looking for the rest of it because... what in the three hells is this? There's hardly anything here on the bottom. My hips aren't going to fit into this, are they? How does this work? The bra looks like a muzzle you might put on some kind of irritable creature, but after tangling myself up a couple of times... Huh. The lift really does make a difference. I push my hands underneath the cups. A solid 8.5 out of 10. 8.5, dude. What are you talking about? Is that a weird thing to say about your own wrong gender body? Probably. Especially if you have to keep your eyes trained on the chest down. My eyes still look too familiar to me. That part is unsettling. The rest of the uniform comes in as I cast a bit of magic to make it the right size. And it fits. Phew. I can admire all day, but I have a sinking feeling that masquerading as a girl is going to be a pain. Though does it count as masquerading when I actually am one? This makes my head hurt. I don't even know the basic skills girls are born with, like how to braid hair or win arguments through silence. I need to go ask Squeaks. I need to go ask Squeaks about all this stuff, man. Where's she at? Squeaks! Hold on, I'm gonna see if she's online. I gotta check. Guys. She's probably at work. It looks like she's probably at work. Dang it. Alright. We can't get Squeaks in here, guys. But the uniform leaves nothing to second guessing. No one's gonna mistake me for a boy in this. I open the door to let Magi Shira back into the room. But I'm taking surprise when she's not standing there alone. Who is this and why is she in my room? Just in time for first introductions, I see. Charlie, this is the new apprentice of mine, Sophie. Charlie arches an eyebrow at me, looking a little more amused than I'm comfortable with. Sophie, this is the other apprentice I was telling you about. Oh, it didn't actually occur to me before, but I'm gonna have to actually live with a girl while pretending to be one. I don't even speak the language! Hi? Hi. You shy or something? Don't mind Charlie, she's too upfront for her own good. The girl cracks a mischievous smile but says nothing. Play nicely, you two. I think you can both help each other in your studies. I'll leave you two to get to know each other. Charlie, make sure Sophie gets her bearings and how the school works. If you have any trouble, come find me. We'll resume our normal studies tomorrow. The one person who knows my situation vanishes. That's not true. It's just that MTF is far more common than FTM transformations. I have seen multiple not Freaky Friday transformations involving a female turning male. It happens. It happens. And it doesn't just happen in the world of Magi. It happens in the summoning world as well sometimes. The one person who knows my situation vanishes. Talk about sink or swim. To my surprise, Charlie thrusts out a hand to me. Nice to meet you. Call me Charlie, no nicknames. Right. How long have you been training to be with Magi Shira exactly? Maybe a week. Time goes by pretty quickly. She'll come back this afternoon. What for? You'll find out. She grins and then plops down on my bed. So I take it you're not from the capital? Do I have an accent or something? Nah, but you look about as nervous as a rabbit in a wolf's den. I guess the capital can kind of seem that way. I've seen newbies here before, and they all kind of have that look. It's not exactly the problem, but I guess it's better than coming up with my own excuse. You might as well not worry about it. It's not like you have enough time away from school for it to matter. We're basically stuck here. Did you already have your initiation trial too? Yeah, I mucked it up pretty bad. She laughs and scratches the back of her head. Get louder, hit harder. That was my philosophy. Didn't really work out when she outsmarted me like I was just a toddler throwing a tantrum. Real embarrassing. At least we get another chance? Yeah, I think Shira's a real softie under that mask. She acts tough as a teacher, but beneath that, she's pretty compassionate. Not that I'm an expert. So how did you get into magic if you're not from around here? Natural talent. Okay, let's save again. Every time we reach a point where we can save, we need to save. I'd like to say, like, you know, I knew a mage growing up. That's the truth, right? We can tell the truth about that. I think we should tell the truth about that, guys. He was sort of a family friend, I guess. He wandered through town once or twice. His name was Gandalf. He didn't train me in a lot of combat, though. We focused on practical things, I guess. Day-to-day things that help when you're not battling it out for survival. But he said I could come here and become a mage. Maybe even a sorcerer. Mage? Magi! Magi, that's it. Yep, that's what I meant. Stupid gender-specific titles. She laughs. Did I just lump us all into one category where you're from? Yeah, I guess we do. If you're a magic user, you're basically a mage there. You mean Bandorf the Blue? Oh, you got it. You got it, Mania. Huh, that's a little weird. It's also completely made up, so please don't think too much about it. Anyway, I guess the idea got into me young. The idea of being a sorcerer, too. That's a death sentence, you know. What? Becoming a sorcerer, do you really want to? Damn it! Too many saves! So many choices. Yeah, even if it's a child's dream. Yeah, I'll give anything to do. I'll give anything to do it! Even your life? Even that. Why? Why would it be worth that? It's not easy to explain. No, I believe that Magi is supposed to be a gender neutral version, because he said earlier that he wanted to be a Magi. So I'm guessing that Magi is gender neutral and mage is like, I'm guessing mage is like male in this world. That's what I'm thinking, Guido. I'm not, because the other guy was a Magi. The other guy was a Magi. Wait, I wasn't paying attention. Which choice did Blue take in the choice prior to the latest one? I told her the truth about having a dude come and help me. And then I told her that I'm a do things because I wanna. I'm just not afraid of sacrifice. It's not because I'm confident or that I think I can't fail. It's just I have to try. I don't think I'm getting through to her. It's your funeral, I guess. It's noble and everything, but you seem really naive. That's fine. You won't change my mind. You'll probably get the satisfaction of being proved right anyway. I'll get the satisfaction of seeing you die, you mean? Yeah, that's not morbid at all. I really didn't think about it before I said it. Charlie gets off the bed. Well, if you're a lost cause, I don't guess I'm going to waste my time. But, good luck, maybe? Wait, wasn't she supposed to show me around or something? She just left? Was my first impression really that terrible? Damn it! She's left. For a few moments, I sit awkwardly in my room. I put things into my bag away, though it's not much and it doesn't take long. All this male underwear looks really odd now. Maybe I can burn it, or would that look even weirder? I'm sure I stuff it beneath my mattress and toss the rest of my bag onto the ground. She thinks I'm going to fail. What does it matter what she thinks? She's just some girl you talk to for 5 minutes. It doesn't mean anything. I'm not sure what I'm meant to do. I wander around the apprentice area and that Magi Shira told me about. I better get my bearings before I have to go somewhere in here. I'm not sure if Charlie's going to be much of a help as I'd hoped. I guess I can try to get a head start on studying. I can't get shown up on the first day. Charlie might never let me live it down. And Magi Shira would get a bad impression, a worse impression anyway. Thumbing through some of the books, I find mostly information I've already been told. Spellcasting, the Tactician's Guide to Stealth, So You Think You Can Do Magic? Ugh. It's practical stuff, but nothing complex that's really going to help me impress anybody. Irritated, I shoved the book away. Where's the harder section? Magi Shira said these books would be more to an apprentice level, but I don't just need baby steps. But further inspection of the library reveals much the same. Informational texts, histories, and other dull subjects. Maybe it's for the best. The last time I went to a library to try to impress someone, I ended up as a girl. I should have learned my lesson then and there. But what am I supposed to do instead? For the school, go back to my room. I think we need to go back to the room. I want to go back to the room. I heave a sigh. What else can I do? I trod back toward the room without feeling particularly certain about why. I know I'll just get bored when I'm there. I've been here 20 minutes, a place I've aspired to come for years, and already I've lost interest. What does that say about my attention span? I push open my door. Oh, what are you doing in here? She glances up from where she had been peering into my bag. Nothing, just wondering where you ran off to. And getting into my things? I pull my bag toward me defensively as she holds up her hands and backs off. Chill out, it's not like I took anything. My heart is racing with worry, running laps with the questions buzzing around my mind. How much did she see? What did she suspect? You've got some cool clothes, though. What? Heat creeps into my neck as I peer into the bag, where I can see my heavy jacket that I got ripped during the fight. I stuff it on top, hopefully it covered most of my clothes. If she saw anything more than that, she'll know for sure that I am not what I appeared to be. I thought you'd have mostly drab clothes. You know, like a brown sack with holes cut in it? Exactly. I lived out in the country, not in a different time period. And you still haven't told me why you're messing around in my room. My voice sounds so squeaky when I get mad. I came to find you. Yeah, well, I'm not exactly gonna fit in this bag, am I? I shake at her angrily. Not with that chest, you're not. Another wave of heat grows up my neck. I thought you weren't wasting your time on me. Just because you're going to get yourself killed doesn't mean you need to starve yourself. I came by to take you to dinner. Unless you're gonna eat that jacket. You didn't have to come and get me. Actually, I did. Magi Shira put me in charge of you after all. That's a little over-glorified. And it's not like you know where to go, so it was either let you starve in here or come get you. And I hate eating alone anyway, so guess what? You're my new cafeteria buddy, Death Wish. So come on, let's go get something to eat before my stomach thinks I've forgotten about it. She grabs me by the arm and starts hauling me down the hallway. Is everyone here as upfront as you are? Nope, just a perk of knowing me. The cafeteria's up just ahead. Here the school finally comes to life, looking more of inhabited and friendly and less of the imposing empty monolith it seemed to be. Oh god, what's going on? What are you guys talking about? What are you guys doing in there? The library had sat in a corner of my phone waiting for people to ask for help. Hours ago, 20 minutes later, bored now, time to learn the dark arts instead. Option 1, go out to eat. Option 2, actually eat the jacket. 40 minutes later, bored now, time to summon a demon instead. This isn't Summoner's College, guys. What are you talking about? Students sit around the tables talking and laughing. In one corner, a group of teachers monitor the room. Class is let out in different times to keep the dining hall from filling too much at once. Since we don't have a rigid class schedule, we can come in anytime after 7. I think they stopped serving food at 9, but who eats dinner at 9 anyway? We get our food and take a seat together in the one corner of the room. I'm still not sure what to think about Charlie. Why the sudden change of heart? I mean, I guess she's just trying to save her own skin. And even if we're not in the best of terms, I don't want to mess with her. We sit down together, which is a relief for my first day of anxiety. I wouldn't have known where to sit otherwise. Will you stop fiddling with the hem of your skirt? It's driving me nuts. It's driving me nuts! I don't realize it, but I keep tugging it down when I feel the fabric brush too high on my thigh. It doesn't cover anything. What am I supposed to do? Wear cute panties? I make my best attempt at drowning myself in my drink as Charlie just shrugs unhelpfully. Wear cute panties, I guess? I don't fucking know, dude. I hope Magi Shira finds a way to fix this sooner rather than later. Dinner is amazing, though. Not the food. I barely taste the food. But there's actual Magi here, using spells casually. Some students carrying out their trays without their hands. Others nab food off those same levitating, unguarded trays. All the laughing and carrying on draws my eyes around the room, not wanting to miss anything. Are you going to actually eat? Oh, right. Sorry. Distracted, I spear some vegetables onto my fork. You look like a little kid. What? Glancing down at my chest, my brow furrows. How? Your face, I mean. Never seen this many magic users all in one place? Oh. I scoff under my breath. Not counting myself, I've never seen more than 3 magic users in my whole life before today. She seems to consider that and pats my shoulder. Don't worry, you'll get used to and bored of it as the rest of us. The cynicism doesn't dampen my mood any, it just reminds me to keep actually eating. Being used to home-cooked meals all my life, having something not prepared by a familiar face is bizarre. It's not bad, but it is, I don't know, it's different. I swallow down the first pang of homesickness with a bite of food. Having not eaten all day, though, my meal doesn't last long and Charlie's done before I am. I follow her to the dining hall. You walk too fast. I can barely keep up. That's the pace around here. Speed up or you get left behind. And that is the only option I realize as I stumble into stride with her. You'll want to be in your dorm. Magi Shira will come around soon once she's done with dinner. For what? Charlie gives me a wicked look. I told you, you'll see. I'm not going to ruin your surprise. She pats me on the shoulder with the look I can only describe as friendly and ominous. Have fun. That's all the good night I get as she takes off toward her own room at the same relentless speed. Uh-oh. How come I have 2 beds? I thought she was living with me. Digging through my bag, I tuck a few clothes into the dresser, mostly with the intent of hiding them. I want to squirrel them away for when I'm back at my old self. Moving to the mirror, I check over myself again, pinching my cheeks and carting my fingers through the ends of my hair. And tugging down that damn skirt again! No one seems to suspect anything so far, not even Charlie. Maybe it's alright. Maybe I'm just overthinking things and nobody cares. A brisk knock interrupts me. Sophie, may I come in? Sure, yeah. I'm not doing anything. Good evening. How are you adjusting? Slowly, I think. I'm not really sure what to do about clothes. For now, rely on your uniform and school robes. I'll arrange for something soon to get you more suitable clothes. If you wouldn't let's see here. Yeah, if you wouldn't mind, take a place on the bed. She gestures. What's going on exactly? I'm going to perform a ritual on you. If you'll take off your clothes. What? A bunch of bed covers covers up around my chest like she might be trying to take a peek. Well, you certainly are learning fast, aren't you? Perhaps I should explain first. Again, I do get into the habit of this until it all seems quite mundane. She at least offers an apologetic smile, but alarm bells are still echoing in my head. Stranger danger! No! Not like this! Not like this! I'm still not used to looking at my own boobs yet, let alone someone else! Listen before you panic. One of the principal qualities of magic is that it has to be controlled. The better your focus, the more powerful and accurate your spellcasting can be, which is crucial to success here. But magic is chaotic energy by nature, and highly unpredictable. And what does any of this have to do with me getting naked? Be patient, I'm getting there. There are rituals that can help you focus, control, and rein in the magic that would otherwise be unpredictable. It takes chaotic energy to processes it, making it easier to wield, which is helpful for those who still are learning. Unfortunately, it requires there to be no barrier between the subject's skin and the caster's hand. I'll close my eyes if you prefer. The idea spins around in my head. If it's to make me stronger, well, I've already sacrificed a lot for that. Really, what's a little more indecency and shame at this point? It really doesn't feel like my body, so it's not like she's looking at the real me naked. And still, I think you'd be a little more comfortable if I didn't look. How about you turn around for now? Nervously, I strip off my outer layer of clothes as Magi Shira circles me, pacing around slowly the bed, predating. She's predating again! Stop it! My breath hitches in my throat. Does she have to do this so sensually? She reaches out her soft hand, grazing over the bare skin of my arm. Beneath it, I can feel the magic sink again, and a deep and warm tingle spreading through my veins. Hey, what's going on, girls? How you doing? Anyway, wherever it sweeps, heat follows, and then a drowsy numbness. Oh, it's a bit strange sensation at first. She offers me a small smile. Do I have to take off my underwear too? No, there's no need to touch every inch of your skin, just enough to balance the energy. There. Her voice is grown so soft it almost lulls me to sleep by itself. Oh God, look at how uncomfortable. No! The naked rituals. Guys, if you want to go to a magic school, you gotta get used to being naked a lot. Just letting you know. Her fingers move over my collarbone and then slide across the front of my bra. My cheeks flush warmly as that tingle settles into places unexpected. Is this supposed to happen? My embarrassment keeps me from asking any questions as her hands trail down and curve along my navel. Warmth pulls there after the touch, tingles low between my legs. This can't be normal. Desperately trying to distract myself from the strange phantom sensation coiling in my belly, I do the thing I do best when nervous. I rub my mouth. It's a lucky thing the school gives us underwear, I guess. They don't. Wait, what? Those are mine. I had them brought here with the uniform. I knew you wouldn't have any after all. These are her panties? They're clean, I promise. No need to look so traumatized. That's not really the problem. Has she forgotten that once upon a time, aka yesterday, I was a guy? A complete, authentic, vaguely perverted guy? And despite the any physical differences, I don't think that hasn't changed much. I decide to keep my mouth completely shut as her hand wanders back up. The fact is, I can't feel my toes. Doesn't seem remotely important to the grand scheme of things. Lie on the bed. This will probably start putting you to sleep soon. Are you gonna tuck me in and read me a bedtime story too? Ha ha ha. The sarcasm isn't appreciated. Her fingers touch against my forehead, and dizzying warm sensation suddenly clouds over my senses. I have no choice but to lay back. It's either that or fall. As the feeling clouds over my senses, I blink up at Magi Shira's face, feeling so strange, as if I'm floating and flying. She says something, but I can't comprehend it. Just watching her glossy lips move. Then, she's gone. I spend the last of my energy pulling the covers over me. Then, nothing. A feeling of peaceful, drowsy wakefulness sweeps over me as a bell chimes distantly in the school. My body feels so light. I don't want to move at all, knowing it'll shred the thin, comfortable veil of sleep that's still wrapped around my mind. Whatever Magi Shira did last night, I highly recommend it. Whatever that girl did, shoo! As much as creeping on you is really stroking my ego here, we gotta go. I jolt upward. Charlie! Hello? Why are you here? I knew you'd be out of it and oversleep. Thought I might actually do you a favor so you won't be late. You know, to make up for how honest I was yesterday. But how did you get in here? Didn't Shira lock the door on her way out? This is a school of magic, you know. Locks aren't exactly the biggest hindrance. Get up. My feet remember what it's like to move as I scramble up and then realize how much skin I'm showing. Don't look! I stumble like a newborn calf toward the bathroom, my legs not catching up with the rest of my body. I end up sprawled uselessly across the floor, staring up at the ceiling until a pile of cloths falls on my face. There's your robes, by the way. We're practicing magic today, so you'll want to show up in those. Better get ready quick, otherwise I'm bailing and heading to class on my own. I give you instructions to get there, but you'd probably get so lost we'd never see you again. Bye! Why does my only classmate have to be a jigsaw puzzle of cryptic contentions? I can't decide if she wants to befriend me or just wants the best seat possible as she tortures me. But as I glare up at the ceiling, a firm determination settles over me. If she wants to test me, then fine, let her. I'll pass. I get ready for must be the record time. Even pulling what must be another pair of Magi Shearer's panties out of a drawer doesn't slow me down. I scrub down until my skin is pink, mouth set in a grim line. I refuse to let anything at all distract me. Post shower, I flick out a towel, magic sending a wave of heat through as I scrub it. It's dry. It's dry now. How long does this take? All right, forget it. I wring out as much excess water as I can from my hands and then pull on my robes. They feel heavy, denser. Good for protection against most practice spells, I bet. With an efficiency that would probably make the Royal Guard proud, I finish getting ready and head toward Charlie's dorm. About time, let's go. About time! About time! I'm practically out of breath! But I try not to show it, following Charlie through the hallway. And then right into the same classroom that Magi Shira showed me yesterday. How would this have been difficult to find? It wouldn't have. I just thought it'd get you out of your room faster. She slides her hands into her pockets with a smug grin. You're too easy. And you're here early. Excellent. Charlie's smug look only intensifies as he turns toward Magi Shira too. I couldn't hear the click-clack of her approaching heels over the sound of steam whistling out of my ears. Standing straight and firm, Magi Shira observes us both. Good. You look prepared. Now follow me. As these are our first lessons together as a group, we'll be practicing in the arena. It will be good for you both to get used to this place in case you pass your entrance test. As next year you will have to spend a lot more time in here, in battle. Really? Yes. As you should know by now, the primary event that goes on in the school is the Magi Wars tournament. Here we are. Charlie and I have been doing basic drills before you joined us, Sophie. And just as with Charlie, I always start my students out on defensive drills. It's paramount that you'll be able to protect yourself if you're expected to go on to compete in the Magi Wars. I nod in understanding. Summon a defensive barrier. This is it. This is really it. My first lesson at the academy.
What do you need a defensive barrier for when you can just summon a warrior to protect you? These silly mages.
Focus. 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 I will my magic outward in an arc, forcing it to replenish over and over. Mine ripples with waves of power, while Charlie's appears to be more like a grid work of connected intense lines. Why does hers look so much different? You have good instincts, Sophie. But unacceptable. Unacceptable? Instincts aren't always enough. A blast of magic strikes before I can even react, launching me backwards. It doesn't have half the power as it did when we actually sparred, but I still end up in a heap. Why didn't it work? I glance up surprised as Charlie extends a hand over me. I take it and pull myself up with a wince. So much for a good impression. A rookie mistake. You perform defensive spells as if you only read about their most basic properties in a textbook. Your magic fluctuated, and even its pattern was unpredictable, or was predictable. Striking at the right moment allowed me to knock you back as if you had no defense at all. Notice how Charlie's defenses don't have that flickering quality, as she's doing the spell correctly. The praise causes the girl to flash a pleased grin at me, the web barrier throwing patterns of light over her face. Structuring your defense makes it more solid, less prone to flickering. Magic is more complex than I realized. I'll have you practicing this until you reach perfection. There's no room for laziness in my classroom. Now, again. Charlie and I work as if we're training for the Royal Guard rather than a simple initiate test. Is she always like this? Shira goes on about how magic feels, about the slight movements and concentrations that are required to form a perfect shield in an instant. And this is just day one. Jeez. But for all of its difficulty, I wouldn't trade studying it for anything. After a desperate hour of practice and shame, I finally get my shield to at least resemble the one that Charlie had been practicing. I'm not going to let her show me up. Not on the first day. We will change things up now that you both understand the skill. Charlie, test Sophie's defenses yourself. See how she fares against your assault. What? I'm Charlie's punching bag all of a sudden? Sophie, feel free to attack or defend. Simply win the fight with no severe harm. You're testing your abilities to attack and defend, not create a bloodbath with each other. Is it just my imagination, or does Charlie seem a little disappointed about that? Man, I gotta watch my back with this one. I glance over at my new rival. Oh ho ho ho. My new rival. The only way to do things is don't hold back. Don't you hold back! Hold back? For you? Wouldn't dream of it. I smirk in return. Good. You won't be able to afford to. She scoffs playfully. Hope you have a high pain tolerance and brought some bandages with you. It's gonna be a bumpy ride once I knock down that lump of a shield. You talk a lot. Means you're better at making threats than carrying them out. Good. Keep underestimating me. I like it that way. Makes your expression all the better when I knock you on your... Right, back to business. Let's see what you've got then. We stand apart from each other, taking our respective places. Charlie's smile, infuriating as it is, stays in place as she stares me down. When you're ready. 3, 2, 1. Begin. Charlie's spell breaks off from her hands, a stream of missiles striking the front of my barrier. Her smile turns into a grimace at the resistance before another series of basic attacks leaves her fingertips. I brace for them, willing the magic to make a solid, cohesive grid. The strikes hit in close succession as I use all my will power to reinforce the shield until the last strike dissipates. Look at that magic battle. Look at that magic battle. It hits so hard my teeth chatter in response as the shock vibrates along my arm. I fend off each attack, but drop the shield a moment later. My wrist hurt to the bone. Excellent job, Sophie. As we get more specialized in shields, you'll learn how to direct your magic to repel in smaller, more concentrated areas. Covering your entire body with a defense isn't economical, as you realized you couldn't hold it for very long. Huh? You were having some performance issues there. You didn't get through! Sure I did. I just didn't attack you after you dropped the shield because I didn't want to mess up your pretty face. Is that sarcasm or is my face actually pretty? I don't know. Oh, what does it matter? Pay attention! Being able to defend is necessary, but ultimately pointless if you can't balance it with attacking. Resume your places. Spar with each other in the same way you did with me when you first arrived. Oh, goody. And here I thought we were going to be... Sorry. Oh, goody. And here I thought we were going to have to keep the sparring to the verbal variety. You better hope you're better in the physical kind. We stand apart from each other again as I shake out my hands. Come on. I need all I can get right now. For a moment I wait and watch, trying to judge what kind of fighting style Charlie's going for. I don't wait long. Her same basic force attack launches itself at my hand only a second later. Or at my head only a second later. Oh! Oh! Oh, you want to go, do you? You want to go, do you? Fuck the shield! Fire back! I'm not good at shields! Raw magical intensity, though! I can do that shit! I don't know what compels me to do it. My instincts tell me to shield. The lesson tells me to defend myself. But instead of heeding either of those impulses, a spark of wild energy ignites in my curled hand. Ah! I hurl it fiercely toward Charlie. Oh, damn. Take my dark energy. The two magics intermingling as we try to hit each other, neither of us shielding. And to my astonishment, it rips through her assault like paper, burning it up and keeping its course toward her. What the... She raises her hands to defend herself, but the shield is thin at best. It doesn't hold up, the strike catching her right in the stomach. As she lets out a startled cough, slumping over. But that doesn't stop her from hurling another attack my way. Her magic must have taken the brunt of my attack because the hit didn't slow her down any. Attack after attack. Oh god, this is revenge, isn't it? My defenses get weaker and weaker, each attack illuminating a pattern across my shield that starts to look like cracked glass. She storms toward me, one step, one attack at a time, before she pauses, drawing her power. I clench my eyes, forcing every ounce of magic I have ahead of me, suspending it between my fingers. You were told to keep practicing as if you were when you first started. Excuse me, Finn. Whenever she said to practice, I believe she mentioned resume your places, spar with each other in the same way you did with me when you first arrived. I didn't defend myself when I first arrived. I fucking attacked her in the face. The shield shatters between them. I take a breathless hit to the chest, and the shoulder, and the knee. I just got laid the fuck out. Dude, I was just laid the fuck out. Why is the room spinning? I hate it. I roll over on the ground, trying to cover myself as the punishing burns erupt over my body and burn red. Enough, Charlie. Magi Shira steps between us abruptly, Charlie's last attack pinging harmlessly off an unseen force. You couldn't have called her off a little sooner? I slump on the ground with a sigh, watching steam rising off my skin. Great. That first move was unexpected, Sophie. Where did you learn to do that? I peel myself off the ground, massaging a newly tender skin of my chest without thinking much about it. Good thing those were panty-seeking missiles. It felt like it made sense. I felt like if my magic was stronger than hers, I could defend from it and attack all at once. It's a risky maneuver, but not an invalid one. Though certainly not something I would have suggested for someone at your current skill level. The accuracy alone is difficult to master, and the technique is a bit controversial. It takes a lot of energy to accomplish something like that. Really? Maybe I benefited from that ritual last night? Shira's gaze lingers on me curiously. You know I won, right? Or should I prove it again? Oh shit, she's mad. You know that I won, right? What? Come on. Now. You've antagonized each other enough. You're both under my tutelage. You'll be expected to work together. A little friendly rivalry never hurt anybody. Nevertheless, we'll next do a team building exercise for the sake of you two not slaughtering each other. But first, you should both know that the appropriate spell is to sort out your. You should both know the appropriate spell to sort out your clothes. Both of us realize the state of our robes and quickly go about summoning the power to repair the damage. Good. Now instead of guarding yourself, you will practice guarding another person. This technique involves projecting your magic further and maintaining the same steady control and equal dispersion. No weak spot, Sophie. I nod. The stakes are always higher when there are other people involved. We're prone to get clumsy and act rashly without thought. These are impulses you can't give into. The stakes may be higher, but your odds are also better. We run through a series of drills working on shifting our magic further from ourselves and relying less on the physical sensation of holding the shield in place. It's tricky, but I seem to pick it up faster than Charlie, whose shield keeps flickering out of existence about 2 feet from her. Come on! This is the one thing I actually need you to be better than me at! Magi Shira ignores our complaints and bickering with a stony expression and intense silence until we both succumb to the look and refocus. Alright, Sophie. Cast a shield around Charlie. Yes, ma'am. Succeed or bust. Shira radiates herself readies herself to attack, and I don't have any time at all to prepare. My hands fly together, stumbling through the motions as fast as possible. A white light flashes from my hands. But as the white spots disappear, instead of seeing a shield, I can see something very different. What the fuck did I do? Oh, hey. What's up? How you doing? How you doing, Charlie? Everything good? What is this? What? Oh my. It takes her a long moment to realize, searching each of our faces with confusion. Sophie, what the hell did you do? I utilized the element of surprise. I utilized the element of surprise. And boy, did I get a surprise. Charlie stands there stunned, but I can't help but stare. She doesn't even make an attempt to cover up, which just invites my stupid ogling. Damn, girl. Shoo. When you said succeed or bust. This really wasn't the bust I had in mind, I swear. And though I'm fully braced to be punched in the mouth, Charlie just starts laughing. Look at her, she's having a fucking good time. Charlie's cute as fuck, man. I love Charlie. She's so good so far. And though I'm fully braced to be punched in the mouth, Charlie just starts laughing. Talk about an icebreaker. If this is what team building exercises are like, I want to do more of them. How did you manage this? I have no answer. I knew I was doomed, but I didn't think you'd make me die half naked. She glances down at herself. Do you feel committed to the team spirit now? She gives a playful little shake, despite the color that's tinting your cheek. Oh damn. Oh, I've got some team spirit now, baby. If only I knew who she was really showing off to. If only she knew who she was really showing off to. I think this is a good team strategy, don't you? No one will see it coming. It's the perfect way to gain the upper hand. Well, aren't you just a tactician all of a sudden? If I didn't know better, I'd say you like it. I do like it. This is real good. It's quality. It's good stuff. This is good shit. And I shouldn't be liking this at all. Oh, Shira. And Shira. Oh, gods. Magi Shira probably realizes just how terrible I am. Does this count as taking advantage of Charlie's ignorance? Probably. It probably counts as a lot of things. Namely sexual harassment, but let's not get too specific. I try to look away, studying the ceiling or the patterns on the floor with intensity, but none of those things have supple curves and a perchance for snarky, dry comments. Really, though, how did you manage to mess up this badly? Please tell me you meant for this to happen. I'm not even upset. I think I'm beyond definable range of emotions at this point. You were supposed to defend me. Instead, you took away the only defense I had. I'm not that terrible. That's just not how it's supposed to work. Oh my god. What was your first clue? She shakes her head. Blushing, I glance down at my hands in bewilderment. Man, how did I even do that? I might need this for future reference or something. Purely academically, of course. You didn't even get rid of my clothes. You just can't see them. Oh, I made them invisible. Hell yeah. She rustles the fabric, which doesn't appear to be there. Sophie changed the properties of the robe. She didn't get rid of the robe itself. Even Shira looks a bit flustered. And isn't she the one who's always going on about being used to seeing naked students or whatever? This is seriously the weirdest school. I'm gonna fit right in. This is gonna be good. Can you fix it, or do I have to learn magic in my underwear from now on? Stand still a moment. I should be able to clear a simple vanishing. Look at her. I wouldn't object. To my mild disappointment, a few muttered words and Magi Shira's Charlie's robe back intact. Ha ha. All right, now show me how you did it. It was an accident. Why do you need to know? Because fair is fair. No. Why are you so much more docile with your clothes off? Alright, that's it. Fireball goes streaking past my head as I nearly takes my nose and eyelashes with it. Shira laughs, or sighs. Students, please avoid setting each other on fire. We spend the rest of the afternoon trying to advance our defensive spells and not turning anyone's clothes invisible. That's the sad part. I can't even recreate it if I try. not that I did try or anything. Blue, do you think I can get an outline course or an online course for clothes vanishing spells? No, dude. I didn't learn it. I'm gonna go ahead and admit this right now. One thing, we had like a somewhat kind of sorcery class in the Summoners College. It wasn't my best. I learned some stuff, but it wasn't. I didn't learn the Summoners courses for me. Just all I'm saying. Reluctant in store, Charlie and I change and drag ourselves into the dining hall at Magi Shira's insistence. I'm too tired to look at food. I'd rather use my tray as a pillow. Magi Shira said it'd help us recover our magic faster. Come on. Oh.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm Dick Snape. You think Snape was a dick? I'm pretty much like if Snape was like really rich. Kind of like Snape or Roy Lockhart or something. There we go. I'll just say that.
I glance up hastily, meeting a disapproving stare that chills my blood. Mage Warren? I slammed right into him, yet I was the one who was nearly stumbled backwards onto the floor. Under those eyes, I suddenly feel like it's a good idea to study our shoes instead. My hand twitches and pulls down my skirt, but Charlie slaps it away stealthily.
I remember you from yesterday. You're Shira's new pet project.
Not a warm greeting. I only met Warren briefly, but even in that amount of time, he left a certain impression. And he's doing good at keeping it. His gaze drags over me like a predator picking out a weak point. He adjusts his robes with a huff.
Be careful.
Me? If he'd been paying attention, this wouldn't have happened either. Blame is a two-way street. Which are not the sort of things you say to a teacher at your own academy. Or at your new academy. And that's not the sort of helpful, practical sense my brain usually consults before opening my mouth. I scoff, sorting between the number of stupid things I can say. Charlie slams her foot against mine. A smile curls over my face as I try to hide the tears that just sprang into my eyes. Yes, sir. It's all I can manage. He makes a reply and sweeps off.
Good. Now get out of here.
The terse word is muttering and parting. Just as abruptly as I ran into him, he vanishes again. Was that necessary? You owe me a new pinky toe. And then you owe me your ass.
Oh, baby, you can have it.
You've barely been here 24 hours, but you get a look when you're about to do something particularly stupid. It's like you turn your brain off. Besides, why would you want to make Mage Warren mad? He already has it out for us. Oh, at least I'm not the only one he hates. Why? Well, it's less to do with us and more to do with Shira. We move through the line, piling up plates of food as Charlie brings me into the gossip. I don't know where it comes from really, but it's like they have some kind of rivalry going on. Finn, illusion, alteration, and whatever teleportation falls into. Yeah, what are you talking about? I know spells. I know spells, guys. Don't even worry about it. I know some spells. Mostly of the summoning variety. I noticed that when she first showed up too, he mentioned the fact that Magi Shira was taking on another apprentice. I bet they're together. You've lost me. I have a few lonely days to think about this theory too much. Don't judge. But isn't it a nice disguise? Pretend you hate each other's work so the boss doesn't expect you're together? Can teachers not be in relationships with each other? She shrugs. How would I know? Like I said, it was just a theory. She seems uptight to admit she's in a relationship, and from what I can tell, he's worse than she is. But if it's true, she still has good taste, don't you think? You know, she smirks and nudges me at the side. Yeah, you know. Come on. Yeah. It's pretty alright, you know. I don't. My blank stare must finally convince her that I really am an idiot because her expression falls. He's not exactly the worst looking guy around. Don't you think so? Total catch if you're into the real strict disciplinarian types. There's a fetish for that? There's a fetish for everything. What? Wouldn't you bang him? No, what? Gross, no! She laughs. What are you talking about? It's gross. Because he's a teacher? That just adds to the fun. What? How often have you... Abruptly, Charlie starts laughing, clearly pleased with herself. At this point, I'm just dragging reactions out of you. Are you still 12 or something that you can't even talk about sex? He's not going to give you cooties. I mean, I guess he won't. I don't know where he's been. She flicks me on my forehead. Poor innocent Sophie. Don't worry, I'll try not to give you a hard time. Indignant, I'd love to prove her just how innocent I'm not, but that would involve a lot of other weird confessions. Instead, I slam my new tray of food down on the table and eat sulkily. Charlie doesn't pay it any mind. I'm just saying, Magi Shira isn't bad, but I wouldn't have minded Mage Warren either. Peeking up from over my salad, Charlie pulls open a roll nonchalantly. But he always takes the kids that have had formal magical training for an age and a half. I bet the parents pay him under the table too. You haven't either, even though you grew up here? Nope. That's all she says about it. She finishes her food with record speed again. I guess she changed her mind about not having an appetite. I still pick around my tray, but all I can think about is sleep, and not the kind Charlie keeps going on about. Is that the sort of opinion I'm supposed to have about guys now? Dom types? Teachers? Is this normal? If I don't have any inclination for that sort of thing at all, thinking about Mage Warren sexually is like thinking about having sex with a cactus. But Charlie in her underwear, on the other hand... Hey girl, how you doing? Shoo! I guess there are some things that didn't change along with my body. At least that's familiar territory. I collapse on my bed the moment I'm within reach. It takes the last of my energy to wave my hand toward the door, forcing it to slide shut on rusty hinges. Every time I close my eyes, I get another glimpse of Charlie disrobed. I really hope I didn't mess things up between us already, more than they already were. Being a girl is the worst. Or maybe I'm just the worst at it. I don't know. I thrash around the bed briefly, trying to get comfortable. She didn't even seem bothered by it, so why can't I get out of my head? It's going to be a new awkward slide to my embarrassing moments film roll. The one that always plays at night when I'm trying to go to sleep, but instead I relive every remotely awkward thing I've ever done. A sharp knock interrupts it. Oh, right. Good evening. How was dinner? I wasn't very hungry. She nods. That happens the first week or so, usually. You'll be expending more and more magic here than you've ever had before. Your body will get used to it, and eventually you won't be so tired. Aware of what's coming, I strip my clothes as she speaks. Hopefully, just going with the flow will make this more normal than it really feels. She comes to stand in front of me, looking down at me with one of those rare smiles. Charlie's words seem to echo in my head. Magi Shira isn't bad. Did she mean just as a teacher, or in the same way she was talking about Mage Warren? Because if she was, we definitely agree on that. I try to banish the thought, but warmth of her fingertips spread through me again. But it does bring back the mortifying miscast spell from earlier. Have you already visited Charlie? I have. Did she say anything about the incident? She didn't mention it, no. I feel like such an idiot. I really didn't mean to do it on purpose. Believe me, I highly doubt you would have accomplished something like that, something that complex intentionally. Thanks for the vote of confidence. Do you think this ritual helped you today? I don't know. The effects can be hard to notice immediately. Give it time. I'm gonna touch you now. The warmth builds up in me again, making the world seem distant and hazy. The exhaustion from the last day finally crashes down on me. In hindsight, it'll make sense, my body swaying forward without consent. In a moment, it feels like Shira's boobs just jumped up and latched onto my face. Oops, careful, Sophie. Shira gently guides me back onto the bed, keeping her hand steady on my back as she guides me down onto the bed. I can still taste fabric and sexual awkwardness. Go to sleep. You have another long day ahead of you tomorrow. I think I have a long life ahead of me. I feel her brush a few strands of hair away from my face. What's the path you've chosen? Let's hope so. My first week at school passes quickly. It's not the smoothest sailing, of course. With magic, Shira tells me it never is. The change of pace surprises me the most. Back home, everything we learned was so practical, day-to-day use. Why did you come Bernard for a moment? Gotta be Bernard every now and then, man. I'm Bernard's official voice actor, that's why. Here, it's all survival. I'm finally getting a real dose of what Shira and Charlie have been telling me about. We drill through attacks, attack after attack after attack. We utilize the elements of our environment, manipulate shadows to our will, and to think I was excited when I learned how to reattach a button to a shirt. When I sit at the lunch hall each day, I look around at the faces here, trying to rationalize that some of them are going to get hurt. Some of them might even die. I wish I could summon a cat familiar whose sole purpose was to tell me to go to sleep. So why are they all here too? There can't be this many people who feel like I do, can there? Admittedly, I guess most of them are like Charlie. They'll get promoted to mage or Magi, and that'll be the end of it. But there have to be a few who want to press on, who want to become a sorcerer despite the odds and risks. No matter how real it becomes, it never turns me away. Charlie still thinks it's insufferable, so we don't talk about it. We don't talk about much, really, outside of magic and Shira. It's like we're on our own little ecosystem, staring into the shark tank while gasping for water. I sigh as I slide my tray in beside hers, sinking down into my usual seat. Your eyebrows are growing back in. Told you they would. I grimace at the reminder of a very small, manageable fire I may have accidentally started. It's not like it was an important room. I mean, and I did it a favor getting rid of all those hideous curtains. Spoken like a true pyromaniac interior designer. I take a bitter sip of my drink, though inwardly I'm a little relieved that my eyebrows are coming back in. It's only been a couple of days since we worked with fire magic, which isn't something I think Shira was going to let me do again for a long time. Let me see. She rubs a thumb over them where the ends were singed and brittle. It's not like I need them anyway. I'm not exactly winning any beauty contests here. I've been noticing it for a while now. Noticing what? I pick around my plate. Why am I rambling on about this? It's not Charlie's problem. It's barely even a problem at all. She jabs me sharply in the side. Talk! Ow! What are you, the mob? I just meant... None of the girls here really look the way I look. Which kind of makes sense, all things considered, but still gets to me, irrational as I know it is. It's been bugging me forever. And by forever, I mean barely a week, but let's not get specific. But I guess there's not really a reason for it. Maybe all city kids just look different. Psst, of course there's a reason. She waves her fingers. Magic! I scoff. I'm serious. You don't do any of the basic makeup tricks, do you? I've never noticed any. Makeup tricks? You know, slightly fuller eyebrows, brightened eye color, skin with a natural glow, the works. You can do all that through magic? How do you not know this? Where have you been? You know, sometimes I can't tell if you're just a weird where you come from or if you're just not a very typical girl. She's on to me. I think she may have just called me ugly. One of those should take precedent over the other, but it still stings. My heart kicks into overdrive for no reason. Feels as if some undercover educational bouncer is going to burst in the throng of students with a righteous cry of "Imposter!" Then he'll probably wheel kick me in the face out of the school. Charlie's looking at me intently, as if she's skinning me? Skinning me with her eyes and seeing what's underneath? You mean scanning? What? Do you mean scanning or skinning? There's a difference. What do I say to get out of this one? What do you guys think? Gonna save this here. I don't care about how I look, or I just never had a teacher. Skinning, removing your skin, removing that skin. No, Charlie's skinning you with her eyes to see the muscle and sinew beneath. Skinning is a word I've never heard in that context before. There's a difference between, but the intent is the same. I don't want her to kill me, guys. I don't want to. Teacher? I mean, I already told her I did have a teacher, though, didn't I? Yeah, I saved. I already told her I did have a teacher, didn't I? Stick to the truth. Don't want her to start suspecting you. Okay, yeah, I'm just going to say I don't really care how I look then, because, like, I already did have a teacher. Says the blonde bombshell with a rack that she could use to as a cup holder. She smirks. Preach to me a little more about your beauty problems, princess. You were the one who said it was weird. And did she just call me hot? I mean, I know I've got the body down. My previous preferences certainly didn't get reset. It is weird. Everyone's so into that kind of thing. I figured it was because you knew you didn't need it. Oh. Not exactly used to talking about my appearance and rarely in a positive way. My throat locks up against the attempt. Do you do that kind of thing? The makeup stuff? She scoffs. What do you think? I think that's a question that doesn't have a right answer. Surprisingly diplomatic. Maybe you're learning a thing or two here after all. I don't think avoiding trick questions is one of the areas of study, but I'll be sure to tack it into my future resume. I don't play the glamour game, no. I'm just not the type. Dude, you got some fucking you got something, I'm telling you. Looking at those big brown eyes, I see why. Anything that looked faked about her just wouldn't be right. Dude, you got some okay, I'm sorry. I am sorry. Those are some fucking very nice eyelashes. You gotta at least do some mascara or something. Eyeliner looks like you do eyeliner. Just saying. At the very least. But that doesn't mean I don't know how to do those kind of spells. I mean, I am a curious kitten. Curious about what? She smirks at me devilishly and pushes her last helping of vegetables toward me. Eat up quick and maybe you'll find out. I changed my mind. I don't want to do this. Oh, don't be such a baby. You'll like it, I promise. I'll do a good job. She crosses over a heart, looking at me in such firm seriousness that I'm inclined to believe it. How did I get roped into this? I grimace as I let Charlie cast spells over my face, praying she doesn't accidentally transform my nose or movement in my eyelids. And the slightest chuckle sends ice water through my veins. You're going to make me look like a clown, aren't you? With that expression, you already do. Stop frowning so hard, you'll pull something. She tugs at the edge of my cheek, trying to convince my face to smile. It's like you're attempting your best Mage Warren impression. He's a cutie and all, but I wouldn't kill him. It wouldn't kill him to look happy. A cold chill sweeps over my cheeks. What was that? Am I going to sparkle after this? I mean, I could make that happen if you want. I don't want it! Nothing about this feels right. I think I'd rather be strapped to an interrogation table. Weren't you the one complaining earlier about not looking like everyone else? And didn't you say that I didn't need this kind of thing either? Shh, stop making sense and let me have my fun. It's a Friday night and I have to be stuck in here. At least let me enjoy it. I sit as still as I can, blinking rapidly as I feel strange, heavy clutter on my eyelids. I can see my eyelashes. I can see them sticking out in front of my face. Is that supposed to happen? Don't ask questions. I blink convulsively. This is the worst, this is worse than having hair in your eyes. How do you even know how to do all this if you don't do it? I had some friends who were into this kind of thing, I guess. I picked it up from them. Charlie had friends? It's weird thinking about her talking about someone else. Here, she's only really interacts with me. She didn't strike me as a shy type either. But when you're not even an official student of the school and have no class with everyone else, I guess it's a friendship of necessity? Where are they now? She shrugs. Where I left them, I guess. Now stop talking. I'm trying to plump your lips, unless you want a swollen tongue instead. I fall silent at the mercy of Charlie's hand, having no idea what she's doing to me. But I had the feeling the threat wasn't just because of the magic. Ow! Oh, she was wanting to punch me. After about 15 minutes of grueling torture, Charlie seems to find some benevolence and lets me go. There, check this out. I brace myself for the catastrophe that is my face. Whoa. I touch my skin, my appearance just unfamiliar enough to remind me of someone else. It's a little unnerving, like Sophie has suddenly taken on a complete life of her own and is using my body like a host. But at least she can live an attractive life, I guess? I'm not sure if I should like this as much as I do. See? There you go. You look like everyone else now, glammed out and ready to kill someone in 6-inch heels. I guess so. Do you like it? Do you want me to show you the ropes? I shake my head adamantly. No, like I said, I don't have any real interest in it. You were the one who wanted to try it. I can't imagine doing this on the daily. We've probably been at it 30 minutes, and that was with someone who supposedly knew what she was doing. Huh, interesting. Really thought you'd change your mind once you saw yourself in the mirror. What, you think I'm vain? No, Seraphim's breath, you always think the worst of me, don't you? I thought you were struggling with your appearance or your identity or something. That's what you made it sound like, and I thought it would help. But let's not pretend it wasn't also for my own amusement. Her fingers trail through my hair, messing it all up as it falls over my shoulders. I could totally pimp you out. Yeah, I'm gonna hazard a guess here and say that it's against the rules. A sharp knock at the door interrupts this, and my mind immediately goes into panic mode. Take it off! Is now really the time to be getting undressed? Charlie! The knock repeats. What? 1 second! I grab her by the sleeve, as if me getting caught with makeup on my face is somehow scandalous. Will you calm down? She pulls away. What's the matter with you? We're wearing makeup, not making out. I don't want anyone to see. Is everything alright? Everything's fine! I practically hiss through my teeth. Get this off my face! We both freeze suddenly, and when we hear the second voice outside the door. Who's that? Changing the glance, both of us creep slowly toward the door and press our ears to the wall. I can hear the words, but the voice sounds familiar. Sounds like Master Mage Araman, doesn't it? We both stare at the door intently, trying to overhear, but they speak too softly. Now's our chance. She starts to peel off the magic. It feels weird, like a thin layer of tape being slowly pulled off my skin. Oh, I wanted to see it. I think 50% of my vision comes back, which is nice, no longer looking through a canopy of shadowy, thick eyelashes. Never mind, Sophie, I'll return later. We listen until the sound of Magi Shira's footsteps trail away from the corridor. I take a gasping sigh of relief. Then get smacked upside the head. Seriously, what's your damage? You act like we're trying to bury a body in here. Hey, I would be any more composed if I would have been way more composed if we were burying a body. So murder is cool, but wearing makeup is a no-no. I want people here to take me seriously. No one will if I wear stuff like this. Magi Shira doesn't. Sure he does. It's just really subtle. You really think that flawless, wrinkle-free complexion is natural? It could be. She sighs, her hands going to her hips. Now I've done it. If you really think that wearing makeup is going to affect your chances here somehow, maybe that says something more about your talent than it does about the makeup. Something to think about. She closes the door behind her and leaves, leaving me gapping after her. Usually I consider our banter aggressively playful, I guess. She's only tried to set me on fire a couple of times in terms of my previous relationship with girls. That's a step in the right direction. But the jab at my talent, she probably didn't mean it, but it digs into my skin like a barb that I can't get to pry out. Dripping a slow poison through my veins. I'm not good enough now. I'm not delusional to think that. But I can be. I'm sure that I can be. The more I think on it, the more indignation rises in me. I'll show her. Once I figure out how. I pace in my room. Shira gave us some reading to do tonight, but I shoved the thought away. It's not the kind of restless ambition I'm filled with. It's more like the kind that got me into this mess to begin with, really. So why don't I use it to get out of it too? Shira said a counterspell was something only sorcerers were likely to accomplish. If I could reverse it, then surely that could prove how powerful I can be. Congratulating myself as a genius, I peek out from my room and slide toward the hallway. I hope whatever's keeping Magi Shira lasts a long time. I bypass our apprentice library completely. There won't be anything of use in there. Those books are just coddling us. Dude. Sean, calm down, man. There has to be better resources somewhere else in this castle. Probably on the higher floors. The floors we're not technically supposed to go to. My feet hesitate in front of the staircase, staring up into the dark. For the first time in this plan, I feel doubt tug me back. Is this really worth it? And what is Charlie gonna think once I come clean about the whole mess? Not that her opinion should matter. This is about what I want to do after school, not what I want to appease. Not who I want to appease while I'm here. But I still don't move. Don't take that first step. Didn't I say I'd do anything to succeed? So what's holding me back? A shadow moves down the corridor, stepping in front of a distant light. I bolt toward the other side of the room, sinking behind a half door to an empty lecture hall. I was so caught up in thoughts about getting caught, I almost forgot I wasn't actually anywhere I wasn't allowed to be. The voices drift by and I peek out from my hiding place.
I'm already aware of the situation, Warren. How? And don't say your keen sense of intuition. By virtue of being in the right place at the right time, not everything needs a supernatural explanation. Then what are you planning to do about it? For the moment, nothing. Nothing? A clear breach of magical law has taken place here, and you're just going to stand by idly. And what would you have me do, Warren? Round up a guard and march them through our halls?
The old man gives a dry, croaky laugh.
You're too rigid. But I suppose I couldn't expect that to change, could I? She has no place here, and should be thrown out of the school, just like anyone who committed such a crime. That isn't me being rigid, that's me being pragmatic.
Throw who out of the school? They can't be talking about me, could they? Master Warren, how would he have known? Oh gods. Ahriman, he saw me at the library. The right place at the right time. He must have realized what I was doing then. The master mage sighs wearily.
Perhaps you're right. But for now, take no action. I will decide how to deal with this.
They're going to kick me out. I'm doomed. Hell, if Warren gets his way, I may even get arrested. What am I supposed to do? Talk to Charlie about it, talk to Magi Shira about it. I think...
This seems like it might be the first actual fucking choice, to be honest.
Oh, man. I like Charlie. I want to talk to Charlie. But there's no reason to talk to Charlie. Charlie deserves our trust? Dude, I want to talk to Charlie. I think we should talk to Charlie. What do you guys think? Like James Bond sneaks into the villain's lair only to overhear the villain. Magi is the smartest to ask. I know, but... Talk to the person who knows your secret or the person who doesn't and cannot help. What kind of question is that? And agreed, Charlie deserves our trust. I don't know, okay? I want to talk to Charlie. I wait until they're out of sight and earshot, then book it toward my room. Charlie! What the hell are you doing? I thought you were Shira. She goes to cover herself. Look, it's not like I haven't seen it before. Not to say it's not impressive. I just... that's not the point. I have to talk to you. It's important. It's really important. Please. Okay, okay. Get in here before you yell this super important information to the whole school. She steps back, looking how bewildered at how I keep going on. Really, I can't say I blame her. I didn't think this through. How am I supposed to even approach the subject? I can't tell her the truth. Listen, I may have done something bad. Oh boy, what's on fire this time? Or did you punch someone in the face, or just to shake things up a little? Neither of those. It involves getting into the academy. I might have done something slightly illegal. Her face pales. What? Look, does it matter what it is? Considering I don't know if you jaywalked in front of the school or if you murdered somebody, yeah, I'd say it matters. I didn't murder anyone. The point is, I think Master Mage and Master Warren know, and I'm pretty sure Warren wants me expelled. Please help me. Help you? Help you? What do you possibly think I can do for you, Sophie? Do you want me? Do you want to spend? Do you want me to spend a little time travel magic to go back in time and tell you not to be an idiot? Is there such a thing? No, there isn't. Just back up and tell me what you did. Well, I don't have to tell her the spell went wrong. I can just tell her all the other ways I've ruined my life. I broke into one of the sorcerer archives. I'm sorry, did you just say you committed a class 3 magical offense? There are classes? She punches me in the arm. Sophie, you idiot! What? Why are you even here? Get out of the city! I'm not leaving. The only reason I did so was to come here. By bustling into an archive and proving how much of a criminal you are? Brilliant plan. I just wanted more power. Oh yeah, said every totally well-meaning person ever. Oh, listen, you need to leave. I'm not leaving the school. Not the school. I don't care about the school. I don't care where you go, but you need to leave this room. I'm not getting caught up in this. I won't. The words cut deeper than I expected them, my mouth falling open. When I first pieced together what they were talking about, Charlie was the first one to come to my mind. I don't know why, but I thought she would help me. Or that she would at least care. I would have done the same for her. Aren't we friends? We fight, but her expression flickers. We're not friends. We're classmates. And you need to leave. She's backed up toward the corner, as if I'm a wild animal. Charlie, why are you acting this way? I don't understand. I really need your help. Unbidden, I feel my face heating up in desperation, and the sudden swell of emotion makes me want to get angry. I didn't do anything wrong. I wither a little beneath her glance. Okay. I didn't do anything violent. But why the hell are you treating me like this? Your problems are not my problems. I sure as hell hope not. Because whether your problems are, they make you grow a terrible person. Because whatever your problems are, they make you grow a terrible... Oh, what the hell, dude? Emotion flickers across her face, a brief shattering of hurt before she draws herself up again. You don't know anything about it. Then explain it. I'll leave your room if you just explain it. She half turns around, then turns back, as if ready to get in my face. But she pulls herself back from whatever restraint she has left. You're so She sighs with an expression so reluctant I might as well be making her cut off her own head. Whatever, fine. Blue, where'd you use the word grow from? Did I say grow? Did I say grow somewhere? Oh, did I say I make you grow a teleport? Make you grow a teleport? Fuck it. I don't know, man. Whatever. Fine. Tomorrow. Tomorrow? We're going out. It's a weekend anyway. Come here early. But why can't you just... She gives me a reproachful look. Such a reproachful look that I back up, my fist clenching and unclenching nervously. Fine. Tomorrow. Still wounded, I leave her room and close the door behind me. I didn't think I'd think about how loud we were being, but the hallway is deserted and quiet. I can't believe she just turned me away. I wanted her help. I actually trusted her. So it wasn't the most harmonious relationship, sure, but I thought we had an understanding. And I still don't know what to do about Mage Warren. My stomach agrees with Charlie's plan, I think. He wants to get the hell out of here. I spent about half an hour of the night dry heaving over the toilet and bouncing between a number of possible mental illnesses. Magi Shira doesn't even come by like she normally does. I wonder what Charlie means by tomorrow. If I'll even be in the school for long enough for tomorrow to matter. It takes me hours to fall asleep. Wake up! We have to go early. Expulsion. The first word that pops in my head, jolting my head off the pillow. What happened? Nothing. What are you talking about? Are we going or not? Takes me a minute to remember everything that's happened last night, piecing it together. Oh, right. Awkwardly, I shuffle out of bed under Charlie's scrutiny. She stands there stiff, discomfort etched into her every limb. It's like she's being held up by strings. Snap them and all that tension just falls apart into a mess. How is she the one stressing out about this? I'm the one whose neck is on the chopping block. I get ready as quickly as I can, Charlie never leaving my room despite her demand that I leave her alone yesterday. Where are we going? Just follow me and don't ask questions. Keep your eyes down. For the first time in a week, we leave the school. I don't know anything about this place. I barely had enough sense to get around the first few days I was here, wandering aimlessly with only a silhouette of the school as my reference point. But Charlie moves with familiarity, skipping larger streets and choosing smaller alleys to avoid crowds. People cling to the shadows, sitting around the street and piling up dirty clothes on top of trash cans. But it doesn't seem to bother her, though. Alright, listen, there are some basic rules you have to follow. First, mind your own business. Don't get involved. Second, don't make any business. Third, if you see a guy with a red scarf with crossed eyes, always look in the left eye. Okay. But what? Always the left, got it? My left or his? She sees a sigh. You're not gonna make it a day out. You're not gonna make it a day out here. What even is here? What is this place? This is where I grew up. What? I glance around at the houses, but she shakes her head. Not there. Here. She gestures around us, all around us, until the meaning finally sinks in. You were homeless? She hesitates and shrugs. No, not really homeless, I guess. I just had a lot of homes. Different ones with different people in them. I'd stay with one over the summer, spend a week with someone else, spend time on the street if somebody moved or lost their job, then picked up somewhere else. She strolls down the street, glancing from house to house. It sucks sometimes, but I have people. Until I didn't. What happened? They got old, they died, they moved, they vanished. The things that just happen to people when you live in a place like this. That sort of thing always happened, and someone always stepped in for me. But eventually, I wasn't a kid anymore. I was someone who was expected to watch out for herself. I mean, I think I had a really great childhood, you know? Bunch of moms, bunch of dads. More siblings than I can possibly even remember. It's not really a sob story, but I'm not a kid anymore, and there's nobody out there who's going to look out for me now. So I'm just trying to make sure it doesn't turn into one. So you joined the academy? Where else was I going to go? It was either that or be one of the women in the makeup. Who? It's what I used to call prostitutes when I was younger. I thought they looked nice. Fancy, you know? But you don't wear makeup around here unless you want to vanish or getting taken advantage of. And eventually I knew better than to want to be one of them. Why are you telling me all this? Because I want you to understand why I can't get involved in whatever it is you've done. Because believe it or not, I actually do give some slight shit about what you think about me. And I need you to know I have a reason. I can't come back here. I don't have anywhere to come back to. It's this or nothing. It's the only reason Shira took me in, I'm sure of it. And if I mess this up... Her voice has started shaking, thought trailing off into some emotion. You can hate me if you want. I wouldn't blame you. But this is why. Out here, you learn not to make other people's problems your problems. Because you've got enough on your own. I get it. I never meant to put you in this position. And if they find out that Magi Shira is lying to protect me, to think I should have been happy when I thought it was just messing up my life. Charlie sighs. I'm sorry, Sophie. No, it's nothing you have to apologize for. I'm the one who messed up. I don't know what to do from here. We stand in the street together, listening to the drone of conversation, dogs barking in the distance. When I first got here, I was so overwhelmed by the city, all the sights and the sounds. Now it feels like it's a million miles away, and the only place that exists is this tiny street. I really have been selfish. I thought it was a good thing, ambitious, but all it's done is ruin everything. I have to make things right somehow. Damn it. Okay, let's save. So I don't know if involving her is the good option or not, because I want to go down the Charlie route. I don't know if, like, saying I won't involve you is going to be like, yeah, thanks, whatever. Yay, we're friends now and that's it. Or if saying, like, maybe we can help each other is the better option. I think maybe we can help each other is the better option. Being like, hey, but I can make your problems my problems too. You know? Kind of already gotten Charlie involved. Too late to turn back now. That's true, Finn. We can help each other out. I know your problems now, girl, and they can be my problems too, and vice versa. Have you not been listening to a word I've been saying? Fucking, come on. I can't help you. I'm not getting myself expelled by whatever idiotic plan you're going to come up with. That's not what I'm talking about. Trust me, I don't want you to get in trouble either. I do care about what happens to you, you know? She blinks at me in surprise. And I want to help you get in the academy too. So let's train together, and I mean really, really train, night and day. Why? So that I can get close to you and then you can go and die in that stupid trial? She frowns at the ground, her face crumpling into a sadness I never expected to see there. The wind teases her hair as she tries to hide behind it to keep me from seeing it. But it's too late for that. Why do you think I tried so hard to just be your rival when you first got here? I've already lost enough people, good people. I don't want to go through that again. Hagu! 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 You come here, you crazy bitch! We gonna hug each other and everything's gonna be okay. Don't even worry about it. Don't you blush. Don't you blush. Oh my god, it's so sweet. Oh, look at her. She's like puffy cheek. Oh, yes. I don't even remember moving, but I don't remember pulling her against me. It was an impulse, a feeling. And like most of my instincts, I don't get a say in whether I do it or not. It just happens. And for a long second, I expect to be blasted across the city street and left to die. But she hesitates, tense in my arms, and then slumps into the grip. I'm briefly stunned. It's so cute! Look how cute it is! Look how fucking cute! I've barely known her for more than a week, but I don't think it would be easy for me. But I don't think this would be okay for my actual gender. The touch is nice, though. Simple and comforting. Why are you making it more difficult to dislike you? If you're going to go die, I'd rather be spared the heartache of having been your friend. You're not doing a very good job of it. I can't help it. She sulks against my shoulders, sounding more like a petulant child now. Then I guess you better really help me train. You're awful. She punches me weakly in the arm, but with a tentative smile. She wipes at her face. There's an attempt to be discreet, and I let her pretend that it was. I kind of got a little emotional there, didn't I? Just an embarrassing bit. Yuck. Now I'm going to hate myself for the next 6 months. Hey, there's no reason for that. I mean, unless you did it for nothing and you're not going to accept my help. She rolls her eyes at me. Have you ever thought about being a door-to-door saleswoman? I think you'd be really good at it. And I think you'd be a lawyer the way you keep deflecting. Alright, alright. I'm in. But do you really think this will work? It has to, because I know I'm not letting you flunk out of here. And I don't know what they're going to do to me, but maybe I can prove my worth? But I can't return the favor. I can't make sure you don't get expelled. Nah, that doesn't matter. I can handle that problem myself. Guess it turns out I'm still not very good at making it on my own, huh? And really, you should completely hate me for everything I've done. I guess I'd still like to train with you and hang around, so I'm glad you don't, but you have your reasons. You can't risk helping me and get expelled too, or worse. It's totally understandable. I still don't feel too great about some of the stuff I said. I have thick skin. A country girl with thick skin? I'll believe it when I see it. She prods me at the arm gently. But I wouldn't mind being proven wrong about you. I really, really want you to surprise me. Not just surprise her. She wants me to survive. A part of me stays uncertain. I don't want Charlie to have to pay for my mistakes. But after the night I had, pacing my room and breaking out into cold sweats, suffering through the whole thing alone, I'd like someone by my side in any way possible. If you're sure you want to risk it. I'm not, but hey, people have helped me and taken care of me my whole life. What kind of person am I if I don't pay it forward? She gives me a grin and takes my hand, her own touch a little rough and warm. Let's go look around. I want to show you some of the old rooftops I used to play around on. We spent the day in the city together. Charlie knows every nook and cranny. She takes us to the best place for ice cream, shows me her favorite street performers. I even managed to buy some more girlish clothes while I'm out. Luckily, Charlie tends to have an opinion about everything when it comes to even without being asked, so I got some easy advice and direction. When we finally go back to school, I've practically forgotten about the very real worries that are waiting for me. Oh yeah, I'm about to get expelled! When we enter, Magi Shira is standing just across the foyer, and she, with her hands folded as if she's been waiting for us. It's like she has some kind of sense. Yeah, it's called magic, genius. I nudge her gently in retribution, worry netting my stomach. What if this is it? What if she's here to break the bad news? I look around for guards that'll probably escort me out. Oh, what am I saying? I'm not even important enough to be escorted out. Sophie, Charlie. She nods to us politely and then passes us a piece of paper. I want to close my eyes, but if I don't look at it, maybe I won't this. What's this? Charlie leans in to see it, peering at it. Our initiate trial? Oh, what? Wait, what? Shortly after the middle of the year, you'll be scheduled for a second attempt at your trial. These are the dates that have been decided on. But that's so soon! You've already showed enough potential to be considered apprentices. Your talent should have grown enough to qualify you to be full-fledged memberships into the school. All that remains is for that to be tested again. Will it be just like it was before? Roughly, but you will not fight me. That would be rather unfair. Then, who's our opponent? Mage Warren. Mage Warren? That's unfair too! I assure you, no matter his strong opinions, he won't sabotage you just to get at me. I wanted to let you know and think on it so that you will have some time to prepare. Enjoy your weekend. Does this mean I'm not expelled? Has anyone ever told you you have a one-track mind? I'm anxious, alright? Sorry, here. She pushes the paper toward me. What? I already know you're going to obsess over this. And you're not? I might not be going to get myself slaughtered in the sorcerer trials, but I'm definitely not letting you show me up in our entrance exams. Besides, it fits in perfectly nicely with our plans, doesn't it? We're going to train anyway, so now we have even more reason. Eee. The promise of our pending trial sends Charlie and I on a training frenzy. We spend so much time in the classroom perfecting spells and learning magic theory that my concerns about Ahriman and Warren are briefly set aside. Maybe they aren't going to make a move so soon, maybe they don't have evidence. Whatever the reason, neither of them seem to take any usual interest in me for the next week or so. Charlie and I are advancing in our skills more than ever. Come on, Sophie, you've got to try this. Her feet hover a few inches off the ground, magic holding suspended in the air. Is that really practical? Impressive, maybe. Impressive, maybe. Practical, no. I wouldn't think so. But it does look cool. Admit it. I'm literally flying over here. You fly about as well as fish walk. You're hovering. There's a difference. Well, you're not doing either, so I don't want to hear it until you can get on my level. Grumbling under my breath, I try to will myself upwards using the same spell Charlie used. I squint my eyes closed, trying my best. Any luck? Nope, you just look constipated, or you're really trying hard to will yourself out of existence. I can't get the hang of this. We even fill our weekends with training. Magi Shira smuggled us a couple more advanced books, which we use to practice on our own. They're nothing terribly hard, but they do go a little beyond our usual curriculum, and we use them when we're not in class with her. You know what's cool? She flips through a couple pages of the book. Teleporting. Let's do it. You know what's also dangerous? Not pursuing our dreams and letting fear hold you back? I don't remember ordering a walking, talking self-help book. Come on, you were the one who brought it up, knowing full well I would totally try it. Maybe I just want to see you stuck in a wall somewhere. Rude! It'll be great. You're going to get these books confiscated and probably send yourself to the medical wing. You want to bet money on it? Sure, just write me into your will. I roll my eyes. Really though, I don't want you to accidentally kill yourself. It's pretty complicated stuff. It involves navigating a whole other plane of magic, and I don't know what that means, but I know I can't do it. Look, it's like baking a cake. You just follow the steps to the letter, and there you go. Basic stuff. You've never actually baked a cake before, have you? Just give me the book! Oh, jeez. This does look complicated. Even the instructions for how to center your magic seem vague at best. Just try it from one side of the room to the other. I muster up my magic, letting it envelop my body until it reaches every part of me. Considering how similar it feels to levitating, I'm probably going to be terrible at this. Okay, guide the magic inward. I start channeling the words of the spell, standing as still as I possibly can. Allow your body to mingle with the magical planes around you, whatever that means. And then I close my eyes, envisioning an imaginary path between me and the place I want to go. I inwardly push myself toward that spot, never moving any feet. For about 3 solid minutes, Charlie and I just stay like that, my eyes squeezed shut. Sophie. What? Help! Yes! We did it! We're master mages now! We did it, boys! Woo! It worked! Oh my god, yes. Magi Shira, or Shira, how'd I, but I can explain, I swear. Once I figure out how to stop staring. How did you get in here? Fuck. We could tell the truth, or I'm just gonna lay here while you guys choose for me. I'm fucking done. Oh my god. Oh, this is great. I'm having a good time. I think I'm gonna say that I teleported because we're going on the Charlie route this game. We're gonna say that I teleported because we're going with Charlie. We're not going with our sensei senpai Sama-san. I teleported into my bedroom. I think I might have overshot my target just a little bit. So, which side of school is this on again? Sophie, you know very well you're not meant to use that type of magic. But you gave us the book. For spells that bridge the gap between your current skills and more advanced magic. Not so you can jump right into skills far above your current abilities. But I succeeded, didn't I? Her scowl softens to an exasperated, if not fond, roll of her eyes. It's a look I've seen a lot throughout my life. I'm hesitant to call this a success. You were lucky more than anything. You can say that again. But you do seem to have an aptitude for pulling off spells that are quite dangerous, with only minor repercussions. Is detention a minor repercussion? Detention? I point awkwardly. You were changing. Oh. Well, I do see you in this state each night before you go to sleep. It seems only fair, I suppose. For once, I'm incredibly glad I'm not a boy. There's no way I'd be able to hide a male reaction to this. Ha ha! Ha ha ha! Penis! You're either incredibly gifted or incredibly lucky, I'll admit that much. No more teleporting, Sophie. But this will be another secret for us to share. She gives me a small, coy smile. Now, if you could let me change. I take one last look and then bolt out of there, my heart racing. Damn, What happened to you? I thought for sure you accidentally launched yourself into the sky or something. Oh gods, it was worse. I slumped down against the wall. What? I accidentally teleported right into Magi Shira's bedroom? Why does the girl in the back look like Mordred? Hawk, what are you doing here, Hawk? It's just how we look, man. We're just cute as all anything, Hawk. That's just how we look, man. You didn't. Seriously, was she in there? Of course she was. You think the universe actually likes me enough to let me get away with something like that? It's even worse. How could it get worse? Was she with Mage Warren? Did you collapse on top of her? What? No! She was changing clothes. I don't like the fact that you got a smile after I said that. I've been editing Blue, just popped in to say hi, hey, and have fun. Hey, man, later, dude. Later, man. Ah, that hawk guy. Ah, Sophie the pervert. What'd she say? Tell me everything. What happened? Did I... Oh, my aspect ratio changed. My aspect ratio changed, guys. Hold on. Bop. 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 Hold on. Aspect ratio, change back. There we go. Perfect. I did it. Aspect ratio is back, boys. We did it. Everything's fine. Ah, Sophie the pervert. Trying to make sure it actually doesn't, like, change on me again. More like aspect ratio. Am I right? Hey, Mania. Hi, I see you there, too. I'm kidding. But, Tish. Oh, I just noticed I have my mouse is showing. I just noticed. Oh, damn. You guys have probably been noticing all the things I've been pointing to. Anyway. What did she say? Tell me everything. She hits me in the arm until I recount every embarrassing second to Charlie. God, it's so small now. I need to fix it again. Hold on, guys. I'm sorry. The screen's actually really small now, and it's bugging me. There we go. Perfect. It's back. Wonder if the spell has more to do with focusing on a person or spot rather than thinking and moving spatially? Probably. She hits me in the arm until I recount every embarrassing second to Charlie, who devours my embarrassment like an emotional vampire. You know, for as much as you worry about getting it spelled, you're really not trying to avoid it. It's because you suggested it. It becomes a game to find some questionably dangerous spell and to see if I'll try it or not. In my defense, I say no most of the time. If I've learned anything at school so far, besides how unintentionally I set my hair on fire, besides how to unintentionally set my own hair on fire, it's how to set limits for myself. 1 out of 10 stream quality. Uh-oh, what happened, guys? Did the stream go down? Stream! Stream, you going down? Everything good? Guys, what's going on, man? Tell me what happened. Until I get challenged. And then all bets are off. Okay, stream seems fine to you? Alright, good. Our classroom courses remain steady, though. And Charlie and I have stayed close, practiced magic, and hanging out together daily. When I agreed to training, you didn't tell me I was trading every single Saturday for the rest of my life. I need a break from school. She presses her face into the book until she takes a breath of dust and sneezes. I sigh, resting my chin on my palm as I glance over the upside-down words. I'm burnt out too, but we have to keep going. Only if I get first pick of what we do. I shrug indifferently as Charlie slowly thumbs through the heavy pages. I think she's hoping she'll forget how to read so we don't have to do anything. I watch as the words drip past, 1 page at a time. She finally taps onto her chin, a sure sign that she's found something devious. What's in store for me today? Controlling animals, turning invisible, changing my gender. I love how it's just like, changing my gender, please. I'm pretty sure that's not possible. You'd be surprised. She pulls out a piece of paper that's been tucked in the back pages of the book. What's that, a note? No, it looks like it's from another textbook or something. She squints down at it. Look how yellow it is. This must be pretty old, but you can still make out the writing. The paper slides toward me under her palm. Oh, no. No, 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 no. I'm not getting involved in whatever that is. Random old rituals shoved into the back of textbooks? That's just asking for trouble. I learned my lesson the first time. Oh, don't be so paranoid, Sophie. What's the worst that could happen? Oh, I don't know. Maybe a dude could suddenly grow boobs and have a high-pitched voice and have to call himself Sophie for the rest of his fucking life? At least Charlie wouldn't have to change her name. I hear bad stuff can happen if you don't know what you're doing. I bet it's nothing. Someone's old homework assignment or something. How to Smash by Magnus Magnus. She pushes it toward me, suddenly smirking. Just try it. Yes, okay, we're gonna try it. We are definitely trying this. Ha! You didn't even put up a fight. You're curious too. I glanced down at the paper, trying to read through the instructions. This looks complicated. It all looks complicated. Just try it. What's the worst that can happen? I have a few ideas, but I decided not to say them. Instead, I focus on the ritual, muttering the words under my breath and ignoring Charlie's criticisms of my technique. If she thinks she knows better, why don't she do it? But I must be getting somewhere, a tingling rising in my hands as light begins to creep across the table in front of us. Something's happening. I think you're doing it, Sophie. This would be encouraging if I had any idea what it is. For all I know, I'm turning this table into an explosive. That'll be interesting to explain. The light grows brighter, my magic beginning to fray as the limits are tested. I'm giving it everything I have, but it's just not enough. Suddenly, Charlie's at my elbow, mimicking my gestures and words. She gives a quick wink out of the corner of her eye as we lean over the paper, haphazardly performing the ritual together. The pink-colored light spills across the table into 2 circles. And then 2 smaller circles appear within those. Wait, our second... Are those... Looks like something you find in the wall of a middle school bathroom stall. And if I didn't know better... Ho! Ho! I knew it! I knew the ritual seemed familiar. They found my notes! They found my notes, boys! They found my notes! Although, that's a different demon than what I was expecting. Maybe it's not my notes after all. Who's to say, though? Who is to actually say? What is that? Charlie lets out a yelp. Oh, threesome. She just appeared out of thin air. Where did you come from? But the circles were red, not blue. Dude, I can make red summoning circles. What's wrong with you? Familiar, Blue, I thought you always tried to get a man. Dude, I do try to get men sometimes. You don't know. Incubuses are fun too, guys. Just saying. Where did you come from? From your naughtiest dreams, of course. And what can I do for the 2 of you? What? How many ways do I need to ask? How can I be of pleasure? Do you want me to be the cookie or the cream? Okay, Sophie, you did this. So this crazy slut is definitely your problem. You helped! Is that right? She leans toward me, my feet stumbling back. So you're the one I should be calling Master? Or do you prefer Mistress? She winks at me, the color rising into my face. Does she know? Oh God, she knows! But how? Who even is she? Cat got your tongue? Aww. Oh God! Oh! I remember my first summoning of a demon. Oh man, good times, guys, good times. Ah, good times. Aw, I'll fight the cat for it. Her pink tongue slides along her teeth, a surprising strength pinning me down beneath her. Alarm bells ring inside my head. System overload! Terminating all brain function! Blue remove the chat for a second. I got work to do. All right, guys, let's do something real quick. How about this? That's good. This good for your screenshots and shit. You wanna? That's good. There we go. Terminating all brain function. Hey, get off of her, you sleazy. Charlie emphasizes every word with a smack of the book we've been using, the woman dunking her head against it. Hey, knock it off, brat. I'm trying to work here. Suddenly the answer pops into my brain, making me feel like an idiot for not realizing it sooner. You're a succubus. Oh, so you're not complete idiots after all. I knew you had it in you. Her fingers run over my chest as I squirm beneath the touch. That and more. I'm gonna be sick. You're kind of ruining the mood here. You've summoned me for a purpose, and I'm here to serve. She winks. It's been a long time since I've gotten any lady action. Subtlety isn't exactly your style, is it? Porn has more convincing dialogue. But it does have a benefit of being in the flesh. She takes my hands and guides them to her hips. I'm all real and right here for the taking. Sophie, get up and help me put this demon nympho back wherever she came from. You won't do that to me, will you? I see what you really want. She purrs lowly, little eyes staring back at me as if she leans a little closer. She presses her mouth against my ear in a breathy whisper. You won't turn me away. You won't make me go back there without a little fun first. She glances up. But your friend is getting a little jealous. I'll let her join in too. So what do you want me to do for you? You did summon me after all. She gives a breathy moan. I'm at your beck and call. Alright, this is some dime store novel trash and I'm not having it. What did you call me? I'm just saying, isn't this a little over the top? I get you're supposed to be a sex demon and everything, but you're coming on a little strong. I won't be the only one coming. Oh god. That's it. She reaches for the paper. How do we put it back? Hey, no! The demon snatches the paper away, crumpling against her chest protectively. I haven't even got to do anything yet. Hang on a second, Charlie. I think we're moving a bit fast here. We're the ones moving fast? Sophie, I think we just found some pervo mage's secret fat material, and I don't know about you, but it's kind of gross. Now, Charlie, listen to me. I know this looks bad, but can you spell threesome? Oh, Charlie, throwing some shade. Also, probably illegal. As if that's anything new to my life. So, do I get any say in this? No. Charlie, she obviously has feelings. The demon slides a hand low along her pelvis. Oh, I most certainly do. So many feelings. I'm gonna be sick. If you didn't want me, you wouldn't have helped summon me. I didn't know what I was doing. Sophie, help me get rid of this. Shush, shush. What? Click, click, click. Magi Shira's signature approach. Oh no. We have to hide. The demon just gives me a confused scowl as Magi Shira opens the door. Sophie, Charlie, how goes the studying? Sweat pours down my neck as she looks up at us. Shira's face flickers in confusion, eyes narrowing suspiciously. Is something the matter? The demon lets out a sultry laugh. Your faces! Watch, loves. She saunters toward Magi Shira, who stares through her, still looking straight toward us. Nice to meet you. I'm Eri. She extends a hand, which goes entirely unnoticed. Oops, looks like she's not in a talkative mood. Her hands feign twisting at Shira's boobs. It's a pity you can't see me. I'd like to get a handful of these bad girls. Shira steps forward. Suddenly, Eri appears to magically slide to one side. Oh. Okay. Speak up, what's wrong? Nothing. We were taking a little break. I rub the back of my neck trying to cover up our silence. She studies us suspiciously. It's the weekend after all. You don't need to extend yourself too much. I brought some books with the Master Mage's approval, in case you wanted to look through them. Eri peers over her shoulder. Looks boring. Where's the romance, the erotica? The way her face is deepening into a scarlet color, I think Charlie's about to have an aneurysm. Shira gives us a long, wondering look. Well, if everything's alright, I suppose I'll go. Yes, we're fine. Goodbye! Too cheery! Shira just blinks at us and leaves, shaking her head as she goes. I feel like I've been underwater for 5 minutes, finally taking a breath. She can't see you. Of course not, sweetling. You summoned me, so you have exclusive rights to this eye candy. Blue, I'm so glad I bought you this game. She shimmies slowly. Shimmy, 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 shimmy. I'm just for your viewing pleasure. I slump down in my chair with a heavy sigh. How many close calls can I really have with expulsion? Or is this the sort of thing that just everyday nonsense in a school that teaches magic? So it's basically everyday nonsense, because again, this kind of thing happens more often than not in Summoner's College, but you know, it can happen here, I guess. We practice some magecraft, they practice some summoning, kind of crossing the textures, crossing the textbooks even. We had a few exchange students from a mage's college over in Summoner's College. Yep, this is my third favorite scene in the game. I think you can understand why. How many close calls when I blah blah blah? I really haven't figured it out yet, but I haven't heard of any other students opening up portals to hell. She can't stay, Sophie. Humph. She's so mean, a real sadist if you ask me. I can be that way too if that's what you're into. I'm not into anything. Oh, unexplored desires, my favorite. We do have a small problem. Just a small one? I don't see any way to unsummon her. Just the summoning ritual. See, this is why you should come to Summoning College. It's actually a pretty basic ritual, getting rid of incubi and succubus. It's pretty simple. There's actually several ways to get rid of them, including the fun way. But anyway, the fun way isn't what you think, guys. Calm down. She looks over the paper like maybe it was written in invisible ink, but no, there's just no way. Which one of us said that what's the worst that could happen? I'm not taking the heat for this. All things considered, it could have been worse, right? We could have summoned some powerful demon hell-bent on destroying the school or something. But Eri looks nice enough. Oh, sweet innocent angle. Oh, the sweet innocent angle, huh? That's how you like to play? Okay, listen, bitch. Calm down. Oh, senpai, notice me. That sounds so completely wrong with you looking like that. Eri scratches the back of her head. All right. I'm not very good at that one. I'm working on it. I sigh. All my power was spent summoning her. There's no way I'm going to be able to keep practicing. I guess we might as well go to dinner. With that? No one said she had to come. I want to come. I want to come all night. Look at it this way. Maybe she can help us with our trials somehow. But she's not listening. Instead, Charlie groans and storms out of the library. In my immodest professional opinion, she really needs to get laid. Oh, God. That looks so good. Eri eyes my plate like a puppy begging for scraps. I can't believe you're letting her sit with us. How am I supposed to stop her exactly? You could ask. She said we're her masters, so can't we just tell her to go away? Is that how it works, Eri? Nope. I give Charlie a look. See? So why don't you losers sit with your classmates? Some of these people are really attractive. We don't really know anyone. Those are all initiates through the academy. We're just apprentices. Eri burst out laughing. It's not funny. We're as good as anyone else here. I've never seen Charlie get so worked up before. Darling, if you were just as good, you'd be sitting with them. Besides, that's not even what's funny. You two are so determined to send me away when I could help you. I mean, I am a demon. Don't you think I might have some insight into magic? I think you're wicked and probably here for no good. Eri's look sours. Then you should watch your tongue, shouldn't you? And to think I thought about introducing that tongue to mine. Now, that's never going to happen. Whoa, Sophie, look. She kicks me gently under the table, turning my attention toward the teacher's table. He stares right at us as he strides past. Worry knots itself in my stomach. He passes by so close his robes nearly brush my arm. Could he see her? Eri laughs again. You think he was looking at me? She tugs on a piece of my hair. He was definitely checking you out. Must be those cherubic cheeks of yours. And I don't mean the ones on your face. Oh, shit. And there goes my appetite. No, if demons had insight into magic, they wouldn't be summoned by others forced to follow someone else's beck and call. I mean, I do think that demons probably have a bit of insight into magic, guys. I'm just saying. As one who has dabbled in the art of summoning, they could have some good knowledge for you. Knowledge for you, gray matter. I'm pretty sure he was looking at me for an entirely different reason. Though at this point, I'd probably prefer if he was checking me out. A gaggle of students swarms up behind us, talking loudly with each other. I'll tell you later. I stab at my tray with a fork. Well, since I can't find a way to get rid of her, I guess I have to be two friends now. Why am I the one who gets stuck with her? You can handle her better than I can, it just makes sense. Eri sighs almost a little sadly. Even Charlie looks a bit remorseful as we squabble over like a kid neither parent wants in the divorce. It's fine. I can just go outside in the dark by myself. Don't be dramatic. Eri heaves another equally dramatic sigh. Alright, I'm sorry. At least don't mope around forever. Make it up to me. How? I think you know how. No. Not even a little teasing? What kind of boarding school is this? Here, I'll get us started. A blinding puff of white smoke suddenly fills the room. Oh! Okay! What did you do? Oh no. Eri laughs delightedly. Hi. Hey, what's going on? Everything good in here? I'm just saying. Anyway. Eri laughs delightedly. It's just some fun. I stare between the two of them, my jaw hanging open. Sophie! Right, sorry. I clench my eyes shut. I didn't see anything. I saw everything. See, isn't this better? Everyone just needs to unknot their panties for a second. She slides behind me, hands on my shoulders. Suddenly, she starts to massage them. What the fuck? That's supposed to be... I'm guessing that's supposed to be her. How do you like it? That is some undying teeth. I actually thought that too, and I didn't want to say it. Oh, baby. Give me my clothes back, or that feels... Oh, what do we do? What is wrong with this game? Hey, I came back to a great scene. Hey, we're actually at 3 hours, so... You know what? I think I'm gonna think on this choice. I think I'm gonna think on this choice, guys, and I think that's where we're gonna end things off for the stream. Getting our freaking girls naked here. I don't think this one matters. I could be wrong. Clothing. I think we're gonna end things off here, guys. We're at 3 hours. I think that's a good time to be playing a visual novel. Sophie route, no clothes. Don't think long-term consequences. I could say if you're going to Charlie route, I would say give my clothes back. Check the live chat. Normally go up to clothes back. I like to see what friends with Demon Lady. For all amazing images I've created, it would be a great. She would be a great spy. Let's look at the live chat real quick since I've been told to. Let's go ahead and go to the live chat. See what's been going on there in my absence. Maggie trials. Oh, it's a skitty with a gun. Oh, look at that screenshot. It's a cute. Ah, oh, so cute. Let me smash Charlie. No. Let me smash Charlie. Let me smash Charlie, please. No. Let it share magic via touch of skin, Charlie. That's not how it works. It can be, though. Stop. You're entering a nut-free zone. I teleported. Dude, I'm fucking... Yes. Oh, my God. All the images... Freaking her come out. Smash. 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 Oh, God. Yes, 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 please, yes, please, let me smash. What the fuck is this? I approve. What are all these things you put into the chat, Mania? What is wrong with you? Some of the clips you do it too. What the fuck is wrong with you guys? You guys are crazy. Oh, man. All right. This was fun, guys. I had a lot of fun with this. I think I'm going to end things here. Maybe go and get something to eat because I am starving. I'm a little bit thirsty after all this, to be perfectly honest. But with all that being said, we'll come back to this next time with my choice on what to do here. Apparently, the choice doesn't really matter anyway, but I don't give a fuck. But have any questions, comments, complaints, or wisecracks? Put them down in the comments below. Let me know how you guys are enjoying yourselves with this series. I'm enjoying myself a whole lot. And yeah. Maybe we'll talk about some more reminiscing of my Summoner's College days when we get there, because a bunch of these things are reminding me of some of the things that happen, especially the demonic summoning is all I'm saying. But until next time, guys, like always, later days. Okay. Are they still in there? They're not. Darn it. I was going to drop it on them and see what's going on. Oh, yeah.